Alright, we should be live. Hello everyone, welcome to MZN, episode 12 I believe, where we're back playing some more Resident Evil. Zona is back with us for this stream, as well as Nero.
So, you need to share your screen in the Discord.
Thank you. How you doing, guys?
We're doing great.
Doing great.
I've been sick these past few days. I've had some recurring migraines and digestive issues. I have not been digesting food, which is not good. But that is an excuse not to work and to play God of War Ragnarok basically every waking moment for the last 4 days.
Very good.
Truth.
Ow.
Let me see.
So yeah, we've all been playing Ragnarok over the last few days since it came out.
Yeah, spoilers. There won't be full spoilers in this stream, but we will probably discuss some things up to about the 20-hour mark. So, just so you know.
Yeah.
There should be a thing on screen.
I'm trying to put a thing on screen. Literally just a little text box right now. I'll put it in the the top right corner. Shall we do that?
Yeah.
Can you guys see that? Is that on the stream?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. That should.
My YouTube is acting weird, Zona. So you're gonna have to do this.
Yeah.
That should just live there now. If I'm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's fine. Noise.
Cool.
So yeah, if anybody sees that shit and they get mad because we spoil something, well, motherfuckers is up there at the top right.
It's also in the title.
It's also in the title.
So
at this point, you're fucked.
If you don't want to, we'll try and remind everyone as we talk about it. You know, if we're gonna say a detail or something. But yeah, otherwise you have been warned.
So we are generous gods, generous streamers, because some streamers I follow have been like, oh, super hyped for the game. Oh, let's play through it and let's stream. And motherfucker, your thumbnails. Your titles,
thumbnails.
Can you just put part 1? Can you put part 2? You don't have to quote characters from the game. You don't have to say, oh, we're going to such and such. We're killing the such and such.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's really annoying. That's
Yeah.
happened also to me. It's all that shit. I was like, bro.
Yeah, another YouTuber I follow is posting a Let's Play, like part 1, part 2, part 3, and I'm just really glad I am beyond the point he's at, because obviously the thumbnail shows the area or whatever, so...
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason, you remember last stream, why I'm racing through this game. Is I don't want it spoiled to me, and yes, all these streamers I follow, luckily I haven't been spoiled on anything because I'm ahead of them, but if I weren't ahead of them, I'd be pretty fucking pissed at them.
Yeah. It's annoying. So just for context, for anybody watching, I'm about, 17 hours in. That doesn't mean too much. I'd estimate I'm around a third of the game, but I don't know. Nero, you are, double my hours at least, but I'm
Nearing 40.
much further into the game, I assume, or at least a good bit further. And then Zona's finished the game, right?
Yeah.
Mad lad. I don't know how. That's insane. Did
Hey,
you just did you skip a bunch of side shit, or were you?
So I was doing side shit, and then it got to a point where I was like, I just want to finish this story.
I think I know what point you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're like, really? No.
Yeah. Like there was a point where I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I'm good right now. I think I just want to fucking do this.
I feel like we all hit that point in these kind of games where you care about the side stuff, and then I just want the end of the story, please.
Yeah.
All I did was really cool. I liked it,
Yeah.
but I mean, not all of it.
Yeah.
But there's the ghost shit I don't fucking love.
Yeah,
Still.
the ghosts can fuck off.
Yes, every time there's a
still like
ghost, yeah.
that.
I have done them. I've done them so far, but I haven't found that many. So
Yeah, I'm doing all the side quests before I finish the story, I think. But yeah, the pacing in this game is definitely a bit wonky when it comes to the side stuff.
yeah,
Like Max.
yeah.
How did you feel about, and spoilers, Atreus? You've been missing for 2 days. I'm so worried about you. Okay, go away. I'm gonna do 6 hours of side questing now. We're not gonna talk. Fuck it. We'll do that later.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, Yeah.
You know the part of
Yeah. When he's like, you keep an eye on him. Don't let him out of your sight. Meanwhile, me and Freya are gonna, I don't know, just stay
We're
here.
gonna restore the garden of this ghost.
Yeah.
My dude, you got more important stuff. Got some more important stuff to be dealing with right now.
Wait, no, what was it? No, actually, never mind. I don't know.
No, there was story stuff as well, but there was like
Okay,
after you do the story stuff, it's like, all right, let's get back to Atreus and talk.
Okay.
We can restore the flowers to the garden of this ghost.
Yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, no, because like the story made sense of why they did that. But yeah, like it's a side quest. But there is some side quests there that I do like.
Oh yeah,
One side quest there that's
well
particular.
that's the thing. There's a bunch of side quests that like the first few side quests you do, you're just like, oh man, this is intense, and so you don't want to not do the side quests because you might be missing something really special. But then there are some that aren't. They are not all created equal.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, like there are like the review that I saw that said that the side quests are great in it. There are some really good side quests, and some side quests that just in general, I'm just like, especially one of them in like Vanaheim, I was just like, damn, I feel like, why wasn't this just in the normal like game? Like I don't know, it just felt like it was like pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if Max did that one, but
Tighten your lips on Vanaheim. Let's just talk about the places Mac been. Mainly, let's keep it to Svartalfheim and the Atreus sequences.
Just keep it to everything. Let's say before, again, God of War spoilers. If you're listening, before Atreus, before the Asgard stuff, the initial Asgard stuff.
Well, no, I want to talk about the Asgard stuff.
Including that stuff, but nothing after that, because that's the last significant story point that I've hit.
No, he's on that point though. Talking about the garden.
But,
So
yeah, he's done that. So he's down to talk about Asgard, but then afterwards, Vanaheim, he might not have done everything in Vanaheim. So let's just
just to pull our attention back to this game, just so you know, we've done the little girl sequence, and now I'm down in the sewers.
Zona, did you play through both of the segments? Did you do Leon and Claire?
I started a bit of Leon. I don't know why I didn't finish it.
Okay. I like it. I'm exactly the same way, except the other way around. I did Leon's and I started a bit of Claire's and I didn't finish it. So I had no idea that there's that little girl segment. All of this is new shit to me now.
Yeah. The little girl segment was fucking great. I love that one.
Yeah, a bit of a change.
So creepy.
All right, well, we have to go down here apparently.
What did you think about Asgard?
It's gonna be hard to talk and play, but I loved the wall climbing.
Yeah.
I thought that was just a really the scale of it is just, it reminded me something out of the original God of War trilogy, right? The scale, and I got, not gonna lie, a little hint of Kratos climbing Mount Olympus kind of entered my mind.
I feel that,
because it's kind of a parallel there. And I kept looking back over my shoulder to the view, getting smaller and smaller, right below me. So that was sick.
Yeah.
What's his face at the top? That was good. Mostly really good. And then when Asgard came into view, he literally said, "Wait, that's Asgard?" And he was like, "Yeah. What were you expecting? Like, this is." Were you expecting something grander? And I was like, "Well, yes." You know?
I was expecting Golden Halls. I'm not gonna lie.
And
fucking awesome though. I do love how they shut down.
Actually, do I have a crank for this?
No, I mean we just got here.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and I agree with him. Like, at first I thought it was going to be more grand, but then actually thinking about it, based on the impression of Thor and the impression of Odin that we'd had up until that point, it really fits that this is just, I don't know, like a more regular, down to earth kind of settlement, right? Rather than, I don't know, some Marvel movie kind of Asgard, right? And I
cannot wait to watch it burn.
Yeah, like just like
when burns a lot easier than gold.
I like when Atreus does Atreus has like the same thought, and then Heimdall's just like basically says like what like he doesn't need like to be showy and like shit like that.
Yeah,
like Odin
exactly.
doesn't need to be that kind of way. So it's kind of cool how they address that. Like I think all of us, and they knew all of us were gonna think it's gonna be like, yeah, the golden halls and stuff. But no, like I liked it. It was a lot different than I was expecting.
But man,
Yeah.
the wall though, back to the wall. When you're climbing the wall, did you just turn around and look at the landscape?
Yes.
Holy
Yeah, dude.
So
shit,
good.
man. Just overall, the vistas in this game are insane.
You can see the Lake of Nine, right? And the
Tears Temple
Oh,
sunk
so
in
good.
it. And just like over into these fjords in the distance. I think they're fjords. And just the big rocks. They look really nice looking big rocks.
Yeah.
What can I say?
everything looks stunning. I mean, just the fidelity of the image and the fact, again, the fact all the loading screens are just non-existent and hidden.
And it's hilarious when there's no dialogue for them to say to you when you're warping between realms, because the only reason there is a quote-unquote loading time is because they're talking. If they don't have anything to say, going from one realm to another is literally, you could walk into the portal, oh, a portal opens in front of you, and now you're in the other realm.
Yeah.
That's PS4 shit right there.
That's
what we were talking about. Dude, I hate fucking walking the fucking world tree.
Oh, I often just stand still. You know,
yeah,
I don't,
dude,
you don't actually
like...
need to walk, but yeah.
yeah. I'm just like...
Oh, Jesus. Oh, brilliant. No! Leave me alone.
Yeah, scaling that
they're
wall.
trying to spoil Ragnarok for you.
But scaling the wall though, I do love it, and I also love like if there's like a part where if you look down you can see your little friend. He's still just chilling there.
Yeah.
He disappears at some point. I feel like I could see
must
that.
do.
Maybe
He
my
must
eyes
do.
are bad, but
Sherry?
yeah, it's kind of cool like still seeing him down there just chilling.
Oh no, why is the girl there?
Dude, why the fuck did she come here? Why are you in a trash compactor?
Those things were everywhere, and you should have called the police. That's what we taught you. I did, but nobody came, and you didn't answer your phone, so... Sherry, I don't have time.
You should have called the police. I did. Shut up. We don't have time for this. Classic dialogue.
Oh no. Sherry! Sherry, I'm coming! Hold on, Sherry. I'll be right there.
This girl probably hasn't eaten anything in about like 10 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, the wall was excellent. Oh, was there a save point? Very nice. The wall was excellent. When you got to the top of the wall, that guy... all the acting in this game is just great. I mean, there isn't... I mean...
Holy shit, yeah.
Like, I'm just eating it up whenever there's, dialogue of any sort, really. I really like how he takes you from the wall, you go down that cable car thing, and the thing just comes into view. He takes you all the way to the house, and then it's just like, fuck you, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you now. Like,
yeah.
I'm not taking you to Odin. Who do you think I am?
It's sad that, like, this is, like, I loved the acting of Last of Us Part 2. Like, I did, and I think it's still fucking great. But for some reason, with this game, I'm like, shit. This should be, like, considered for the Academy Awards here. Like, some of the acting these characters do is fucking phenomenal. There is some seriously great acting. And it is acting because they're all mocapped. Like, it's like... They're acting. There's some really good acting in this
I
shit.
have not looked this up, but is Freya's brother, Freyr? Is that his name? Freyr. Is he played by Troy Baker? Because I really recognized, I felt like I feel like it was almost Sam from Uncharted 4 to me.
I think so.
Might not be, but I got heavy Sam vibes from him, just in the voice.
I looked last night and I didn't see him. So.
But someone I did recognize was the actor who plays
Odin.
No, the mother.
Yeah, it's Elena from Uncharted.
No, it's not. It's the girl. It's the girl who plays the main girl character in Daredevil and
the mother. Oh yeah.
Oh no, the other woman. Yeah.
Yeah, the other woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I recognize Thor's voice actor. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I've heard him somewhere else, but I can't put my finger on it.
What I originally thought that Thor's voice actor was, I thought it was Josh Brolin actually. I was like, this sounds exactly like Josh Brolin.
Not far
Then I looked him up, and his name is Ryan Hurst, and this is like a total American movie, but Remember the Titans. He's like one of the main guys in that movie. But like he's not like in that many things. But I was like, oh shit.
A movie called Remember the Titans, or like Clash of the Titans and the other Titans one?
No, this is what I'm saying. It's an American movie. It's like a football movie.
Okay.
It's like just like college football.
I haven't seen that, but that does ring a bell.
Yeah. Remember the Titans is yeah. It's yeah, he's in it. He's like one of the main characters, but he looks like fucking Thor. He actually does. Oh, good call out with Daredevil with being fuck, I forget her name.
I recognized her instantly. I was like, wait, is that who I think it is? And then yeah, it was.
I looked for the mole on her face and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, definitely. I've watched too much Daredevil.
So that was cool. I really like how you had that dream sequence very early on, and you finally get to quote unquote see Freya, her whatever her name is, Faye. Sorry, yeah.
Bye.
But
We got these chess pieces.
yeah, just overall the attention to detail, contrasted with the scope, is insane.
Yeah.
Like, just how much detail there is in every fucking little thing, and how many things there are, and how much it is, and it just walking through the dwarven settlement in Svartalfheim.
Yeah.
There's
The detail.
so much, and I think the way I would describe this game is extravagant. Like that's the word I keep coming back to. It's really opulent. There's just your cup runneth over with pretty things to look at, and I think a really, really strong section that used that to its advantage and displayed that, like showed it off and used it for storytelling, is when Odin is walking around Asgard with Atreus, because you have to keep up with him, and there's so much stuff happening around you, and there's so much to look at, and you don't have enough time to absorb it all. And just think about that. There's so much time put into all these details specifically for you to not pay attention to or not be able to pull them all in. And that just works narratively with how Atreus is feeling and what Odin's kind of doing to him right now. Is he's just like kind of overwhelming him with everything, that it's just a bit too much for him to take in.
Yeah.
And kind of confuse him and stuff. I was just like, that's a really strong section, I thought.
Yeah, definitely. Question: I don't have enough chess pieces for this, do I? So like, how do I progress?
Yeah, to go backwards and explore.
Oh, there's another door. Right, let me just leave the chess pieces here, I guess.
Behind you, Kratos.
Yeah, I'll say that shit. There's two things I do not like about this game. Love a lot of it, but two things I don't love about the game is, number one, that shit where you're getting fucking hit by enemies, and it's like, obviously I can see it with the big fucking red markers where the enemies are coming from. I really don't need it. Sometimes I need it, but sometimes it's just fucking annoying. The other thing is, like, everybody's having this issue. It's not just me, thank God. But like, you get to an area, you see the puzzle, you know what to do, and then they're like, hey, you should like, they tell you exactly what to do sometimes. It's like
only if a bit of time passes and you're still not doing it, and then
not always. And sometimes,
for the most part, they say something.
Zona and I have said, sometimes it's as you're solving it. You're just like, bro, or just after you've done it. You're like, bro, I know.
Yeah, it's like, shut the fuck up.
The funny thing is, then that gets you kind of pissed off with puzzles where they don't do that when you're not getting it.
Yes, right. There's some that I actually need it.
Yeah, I'm just like, what do I do here? And you're just like, look at Atreus, just kind of looking around dumbly, and you're just like, boy, well, any smart ideas? Anything to say? No. Okay, fuck you.
Yeah, dude, like, it's so annoying. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that. It feels like PlayStation is really just like thinking we're all just complete idiots sometimes, but
well,
like,
but I mean, I understand the inclination. It's because there's a lot of that in this game where, because it's such a narratively focused game that is also, it's trying to have its cake and eat it too by being a more gamey game than your Last of Us's, but a narrative experience like The Last of Us, and so it's kind of trying to circle that square, and so that's it's a bit weird from a narrative perspective if nobody's saying anything while you're just like throwing your axe at random shit that no one else is trying to figure out this puzzle. It makes narrative sense for them to comment on it, but that can get kind of fucking annoying. Another example is how it's just become part of Kratos' character that whenever he goes somewhere, he goes everywhere except where he needs to go to find loot. Like, that's an actual canonical part of his character now. Like, Tyr, when you're going through Alfheim, and he's just like, Kratos, it's over here. And he's just like, Atreus is like, he knows, this is just
I love that.
something he does.
I like that part.
I love that. It's like, yeah. And then another one is you're going through the Alfheim temple with Tyr, and
it's that one.
Tyr also asks, yes, and he says that. But then when Tyr starts smashing stuff up, Mimir is like, wow, he's got almost as much of a sense of destruction for property as you do for pottery. It's like,
exactly.
Well, touche.
Is that
the Heimdall one, the fucking the one that you've already seen this one. If you loot,
Heimdall.
Like, as you're going down, he's like, that was the best one. Is when you loot in front of Heimdall, and he's like, ooh, you're not really like, what does he say, Nero?
He says,
like,
oh yes, why not take everything that isn't nailed down? What a great way to ingratiate yourself.
Yeah. That was so good.
So good. And then I don't know if you got this one because you two might have spent a minute looking at the view, but I looked at the view and then like after about 3 seconds just looked to the left and walked towards him, and he went, oh, are you done with the view already? Like the greatest, like this is fucking, like really? You're just not gonna, all right, fine.
I didn't get that.
He says something along those lines, and I'm like, that's just great, because I knew if you did look at the view for a while, he wouldn't say that, right? So
yeah.
I thought, again, so many details like that, right? Like
so many, the attention to detail is insane. There's another one with Angrboda where you do some stuff and she's just like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, it's just something my dad does.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love when he said that. Yeah.
So there are quite a lot of stuff like that where they're trying to marry the gaminess of it with the story, and that extends deeper into the core of the narrative as well, which is something I still need, the jury's still out on how they did that, but it's an interesting problem they have with Kratos, where he really is a cartoon character, so it is hard to write him, like, it is hard to write him, especially when you're kind of focusing on a story where, killing isn't the only thing, because you do kill a lot of stuff as Kratos. You do just kind of run in places and kill everyone. Like when you're freeing the Hafgulfa, and it's just like, hey, this is their home. We're attacking them and killing them to free this jellyfish. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, why are we doing this? Like, yes, I'm pretty sure we could like tell them, hey, there's a diplomatic route that we never take. And they kind of humor that sometimes with Tyr, like, my friends, we come in peace. It's just lucky that everyone in this world is a psychopath who just wants to kill you. Like, that's kind of the way out of it that they found, is like, well, if we just make everyone a bloodthirsty monster who won't stop until they're dead, then that kind of takes away the moral culpability of grounding everyone into paste.
It's a tricky one. Yeah,
it's a really tricky thing to try to pull off. I think they did so far they've done a decent, a surprisingly good job. It's not perfect. There's definitely some points where it seems a bit off, but I think good attempt, good effort. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be fun when we can discuss the whole thing.
Yes,
but from the part that Max is on right now, I was like I think I started loving the game with the Angrboda stuff. That's when I was like, oh shit. I love that section.
That section, I literally like a BFG section, right, where you're a tiny person in a huge environment.
That section was good. I'm a sucker for I like Atreus, like, a kid being a kid. Like, that was kind of cool. I vibed with that hard. I vibed with
also up until Angrboda came, I was thinking to myself, I was just like, man, Atreus doesn't even know a girl. Like, what a poor dude. He's living his life with 2 dwarfs and 2 old guys. Like, that's his life. Like, his entire life.
The only women he's known were his mother and Freya, basically.
Yes, and one of them is trying to kill him.
Yep.
Yeah. And I love
Dude has no bitches, and so finally he finds a bitch.
I love the
You can combine it.
No, I can't.
I think you can.
No, I don't have. I don't have another
You
thing.
can combine it. No, green. You have another green.
You can do green and green.
Yes, you can.
yeah.
Oh.
But another thing that I loved, with the Angrboda section is I love the fucking second race that you have. So good. The second race was so good.
Yeah, we turn into the wolf and do all that.
That was such a good cinematic little scene
So
there.
good. So
I loved that.
Really,
yeah.
Really like fun, strong, powerful moment for.
Yeah, that was like a really big moment of this game for me that I was like, oh god.
I was yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say the paint also. Her paint effects are so beautiful too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
when
that's
and the fact the paint actually lingers and stays on the ground after the fight,
right?
it becomes a permanent fixture of the environment. It doesn't just kind of disappear.
Yeah.
As you'd expect it to. I got a key. Who knows what that's for? There was a locked door previously, like on this level somewhere. There was a locked door here. Maybe it's that door. Probably is. Yeah. I thought that section when you went to Ironwood was it. I did do all the side stuff, so obviously that's a little bit on me, but I felt like it was starting to overstay its welcome a little bit. Like it was getting a bit long. But I felt like they just about got it back. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Well, overall,
can I go ahead?
I think
No, I can't go ahead.
overall, I think the pacing of this game is quite a step down from the first one because it's trying to do a lot, and it's trying to do a lot of narrative stuff, and it's trying to do a lot of gameplay stuff, and the two are at odds with each other some part. Like the Angrboda section was cool. Climbing the wall is cool. Those sections are going to be such a fucking drag if you want to replay the game.
Oh, these games are not replayable.
Yeah, it's not replayable.
Well, the thing is, the first one is.
Really?
And for me, I'd say it's a lot more replayable than this one is so far.
Oh, sure, it's more replayable, but it's still not replayable. I'm never replaying God of War 1. Like,
the thing is, that's fine, but there are elements of both of these games that are replayable, which is like there are different builds you can go for. There's different armor you can prioritize. There's so much. There are a lot of complicated systems, and if you want to, you can't really sink your teeth into all of them in a single playthrough. There are a lot of mechanical things in the gameplay that warrant replay value, and I think that's at odds with the overall narrative structure of the game. I'm not saying I want fewer narrative-focused segments. I'm saying I want fewer RPG elements, I think, to make this feel a bit more cohesive.
Yeah, I want fewer. Yeah, I think so too.
Like, I really don't want to choose through all of these different armor sets, which one's good and which one does this and does that. Just give me a better one. Just, here's a better armor set, here's a better armor set, your weapons are stronger now. I don't need different builds and all that. And they're really complicated.
I don't mind the builds. I think they're a bit complex, sure, but I like the fact that, hey, you can focus on stunning enemies, you can focus on doing the runic damage on enemies, or you can focus on... There was one other status element. Am I supposed to run past this thing?
Really complex for fucking... It's simple-ish. And I think that...
Help! Help!
Run now!
Am I supposed to run past?
Yeah.
There's like no room. There's two of them.
Well, that was your fault.
It's my fault.
Grenade yourself. You have a grenade?
I'm just...
God. This is why I love Resident Evil, though. Fucked up abominations like that.
Go, you got time,
I'm trying, it's just not letting me go.
Horrifying. But yeah, no, I think that, okay, so the difference between God of War 2018 and then God of War Ragnarok, the key difference is, yes, is the pacing in God of War 2018 better? It is. But like, there's so many weirdly fucking high moments. There's so many weird high moments that are like emotionally compelling or epic. Like, if anything, I think this game is more emotionally compelling than 2018. Like, 2018 had some pretty epic moments, like, pretty early on, where I feel like this one's just pretty emotional.
I feel like the level is like, the overall level is higher in terms of your emotional investment and what you're saying, Zona.
Yeah.
Just the level of like what is at stake and because you know we're further into the story and we've lived with these characters, so the general level is higher. But
Yeah.
2018 had serious spikes where it was like, holy shit, this is really important, or this is really great, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that but like the highs are really fucking high, and I don't know, like at least with this game, so like while the pacing is a little bit worse in this game, at least I said this to fucking Nero, at least we're not going through fucking cave after cave after cave.
Yeah.
It just felt like a lot of God of War 2018 was caves. Now we're getting vistas, like we said, Nero.
Yeah, it's a
like
lot
so
of
it's like,
vistas.
which
Yeah.
is like, there's pacing issues, but at the same exact time, like, at least I kind of fuck with it more. I just fucking hate it. There's some sections of God of War 2018 where it's like, Atreus, we're going to the mountain again. It's like, oh my god.
Well, yeah. It was very gamey in the sense that, you know, you had the target for the mountain, you couldn't get there. You did something in order to get there. Once you got there, there was another obstacle. You had to fuck off, do something else. Then you come back to reach that obstacle, and then you get past that obstacle, and then there's a shit ton more progression, and then there's still something else that happens, big boss fight, before you can keep progressing. And then once you finally get to the top, it's like, oh, it was the wrong fucking mountain. It was like, oh, well, jeez,
Yeah.
right? It's very gamey in that sense as well, right? And I feel like
Yeah.
this one isn't like that. Like, I have no idea what we're gonna really do next, and that's good and bad in the sense that it's
Yeah,
less
yeah.
gamey, but at the same time, it's like, well, where is it going? What are we actually doing? It's
Well,
you know,
that's the thing. It's overall, it's just a matter of scope. This game has a much larger scope, so it like
Yeah.
it's not surprising that 2018 is. I get poisoned. It's not surprising that 2018 has better pacing.
Yeah,
and I think
exactly, yeah.
overall narratively is probably going to be more cohesive. It has a much easier job than this game. But then as a result, it may not have the same quantity of highs and the same
yeah.
variety of highs as well. like
Exactly,
different types of
exactly.
highs.
this
Yeah,
is a
like,
dead end for now,
This
right?
would have,
I
think
don't
so.
know.
I think
I'm
it
not
is
sure.
because I can't open the locked door. There's a chess piece that I need, which I don't have. And I don't think I have that
Gotta-
at all because the initial chess pieces I had were knight, bishop. I don't think I had and pawn.
We should let's kill them big swamp monsters.
Zombies. Yeah, I completely agree with that, Nero. That statement of, yeah, like 2018, yeah, like the pace, yeah, smaller scope, better pacing probably with that. But yeah, the variety of highs of this game, like just, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And I went from 2018, I thought Kratos was a good character. I mean, like, I always liked Kratos. I thought he was a good character, but in this game, I love Kratos in this one. Like, I do. I like where they're taking his character, you know? I like it a lot. And like I said, very emotional and powerful scenes. There's
Jesus.
a bigger variety of, like, tons of different types of enemies. Yeah, there's like moments in this game where, you know, there's flaws, there's feels, you know, everything's going on. Like, I love it. Like, I think that there was some great stuff.
Yeah, I have thoughts on that kind of level, but I kind of want to save that until we can speak
I have
properly.
other thoughts about the story that we'll talk about on a different stream.
But yeah,
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
we'll get a deeper discussion about that. But,
I love how the elements are just a bit more. Like, every element of the game is smoother, a bit more deep, a bit more interesting in general, whether it's movement mechanics, whether it's combat depth, whether it's, I don't know, as we were just saying, the sort of depth of the story and how we're just consistently at a higher level now than we were in the first game. Like, everything seems to just be, I don't know, like one-upping itself for lack of a better term. And that's sort of for better or for worse, but yeah.
yeah.
Is there anything I need to take from here? No, right? Because I don't have the right chess piece.
I don't know about you, but I find combat in this a lot more overwhelming than in 2018. It feels really messy at times. Like, there's a lot of systems. For example, buffing your weapon with L1 triangle that something you're supposed to be doing very regularly. I just didn't do that for the entirety of the, like for ages.
Yeah, I haven't done that very much either, but occasionally, like it's like a lot of things. You have a lot of stuff you can do. I'm not doing all of it constantly, but I'll remember, oh yeah, I can do this. Oh yeah, I can do that. So like the holding triangle thing, you get an ability.
No, not holding triangle. L1 and triangle. There are two different ways to charge up
Yeah,
the weapon.
yeah.
Yes,
L1 and triangle, and there's holding triangle
Yes.
or mashing triangle with the things. And I completely forgot about L1 triangle for most of the
Same, I
game.
forgot about that. I forgot about that so much until like I forgot about it for so long.
And then you can sprint and then you can sprint and hold triangle once you unlock that ability.
Yep. There's that.
Which is actually quite handy.
But like the first game, it felt like, and I think maybe the enemy design is also part of it, but in the first game it felt like everything was manageable. I knew what my tools were for and when to use them and how to use them. Here I'm forgetting a lot of, I'm not forgetting necessarily, but there's so much. I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be doing a lot of times, and I just kind of default to just mashing through it. There's points where it all clicks, but like, for example, spinning the chain and then doing an attack. There's probably a very useful application for that like I haven't found. Maybe like this specific enemy, didn't you know you're supposed to do that on them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I'm with that completely. Yeah, just like, but like the thing is, thank God for the type of game that this is, because even if you are just button mashing your way through it and pushing forward, it's badass though.
Yeah, I love that they added a bunch more.
Badass.
They added a bunch more executions, and some of them are fantastic, like really.
Oh my
good.
God.
Not just executions. I mean, executions come along with enemies and NPCs. I think we're looking at it like times 10.
Yeah.
In terms of, in NPCs, it could be a times 20 to 30 of like how many were in the last game.
Yeah. Oh, bestiary keeps getting updated.
Easily.
Yeah, bestiary always gets updated. It's like, oh wait, bestiary updated? What the fuck?
Also, not only did they introduce more finishers, but the dismemberment in this game, I feel like is on another level from 2018. I don't remember enemies getting dismembered in combat.
I don't think I've seen that.
Dynamically.
Dude, maybe I have seen it, but I'm just mashing my way through it.
like literally, I throw my axe and then I recall the axe, and on the way back, the axe, if an enemy is weak enough to die to the axe, it'll just chop its head off. As it flies back.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I thought you meant like you could cut off an enemy's arm and it would still fight you without an arm.
No, my bad. It would only be dismembered when dead. But it wouldn't only happen in cutscenes. In finishes. It would just happen, and I'm like, oh, that's sick. You know, it's like the arm flies off.
Cool.
Like, you know, it's so great.
I agree.
Some of them get cut in half. Literally, a Drog or whatever literally gets cut in half as the axe flies back into my hand, and there's nothing more satisfying than that. Nothing.
Yeah.
Give me that all day.
Well, I will say, so far throughout this game, I've been going blades for the most part.
Thank you, dude. Yes, Nero. Same fucking way. That's the thing. It's like I mean, it was the same way in fucking 2018, I feel, but less so. But in this game, it's like, oh, fuck my axe, man. I'm just gonna use Blades of Chaos. I literally used it like the whole fucking game.
For me, it kind of depends on the enemy and how I'm feeling, and because the axe has very effective ways of applying frost, and I feel like the blades don't have as easy ways to apply fire. So what I'll often do is I'll start with the axe, apply frost really easily, and then mainly do blades, take advantage of the fact they're frost to do more damage, and then the blades have so many fun moves. So
status effects, I don't fucking know, man.
I don't care. All I know is I'm
it's so useful. You do literally I don't know, 3-4 times as much damage.
All I know is I'm gonna spam fucking pink arrows, and that just amplifies their status effect. That's it. So they're always on fire.
What do the green arrows do? I don't really get
stun them. They stun them. They like shake them up.
Okay, all right.
It's like a sonic boom on them.
Yeah. The sonic boom one. It's the best one, literally, because you unlock a thing, and then when you hit one of them, and then it kabooms out and hits multiple, right?
Okay. Yes. I thought there was like a status effect tied to it. I wasn't entirely sure if there was something I was missing.
That's just the pink one. The pink one's a status effect.
Yeah. No. I mean I switch up my weapons a lot, but my go-tos are are the blades, absolutely.
Yeah, dude. The Chaos Blades are just
Like, if I had to rank them in order, I'd go blades, fists, axe. I really like playing. I just like beating the shit out of stuff sometimes.
Yeah,
just
this
like,
is nice.
But-
yeah,
but-
yeah.
but-
I've got
but-
like one enemy left. I just put away the axe.
Yes,
Yeah.
agreed.
Got my fists.
That being said, though, oh, there's a thing here. I didn't notice this.
Giant monster appears. Fists. I'm gonna beat the crap out of you.
Yeah.
That being said, I do find that when there's one enemy, like blades are great, obviously when there's multiple enemies because you can hit them all. If there's one enemy, I feel like the blades are less, like their potential isn't being fulfilled as much. So I'll go like fists or axe. So I can go this way. I'll go that way first, actually.
Back to the era was saying with the fucking charging up your Chaos Blades, like. Yeah, there's probably a thing that you should do with it, but I just feel like a badass motherfucker, and I'm just doing it. But like I'm not, I don't know, I'm just doing it. There's not like any rhyme or reason. I'm just like charging up my blade. That's like, like the whole. That's the thing about God of War 2018 and this game. God of War Ragnarok, it just feels fucking cool. Like I have like my uncle who doesn't play video games, but like. Intense fucking metalhead throughout his whole fucking life, like fucking, you know, like metal as fuck, watches metal shit, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, this game is fucking metal. Like I wish he was like, I wish when he was younger he could fucking have played this. Like, I wish a lot of people could play this game. But that's the thing, it's so weird. It has fucked up pacing issues, but something about it is so fucking special. And it's like, and then I was talking to Nero about like, oh, like I kind of do wish it was a movie, but at the same time I'm like. But I don't, because it is really fucking epic to do it. I don't think like it's really weird.
And there are some cinematic things that, even though it's the thing about it is the spectacle and the cinematic, and you really don't have any input. It's just cooler because you're in the game, because you're looking at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh wow, like you know the turtle or not turtle, the whale coming out of the ocean in Svartalheim, like that doesn't hit the same if it's just a movie.
No, exactly. Yeah.
But like, I definitely agree on the movie part where there are some points where I'm just like, how about I don't push forward on the analog stick and you just give me a cutscene right now.
Yeah, same. Like sometimes
like Angraboda's section, I'm just like, I don't want to walk through this fucking marsh on this yak. Why don't you do that for me?
Exactly.
I'll
that
just
was
listen to them talking.
that was the thing about that section. That was the pacing issue. I don't mind the content that I was hearing, but like I think we could have cut out one of the yak sections. That's it. If we could have cut out one of the yak sections, it would have been fine.
Agreed.
But the thing is like Max was saying, is that for that section and for like sections that Max has already been through and stuff, even like the pacing, it's bad, but that's not bad. But like before it gets to the point where I'm like, I hate the pacing of this, it ends. So it's not like perfect, like we've been saying. Yeah, I mean, not, we haven't been saying that, but like it's not. Like we've been saying, it's not perfect. But,
the first time I really had that issue was that section. Before that, I thought everything was progressing fairly well.
Ooh, I was not a fucking fan of. I will say this, I was not a fan of the game starting off. I mean, I liked it a lot, but I was not a fan of the first realm. I was not. The first realm.
Oh, the first realm you go to. Yeah. When
I was not a fucking fan. I was
the dwarf place, the dwarf land.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There were some cool moments of it, but as soon as we got down to the fucking mines, I was like, oh god. Because like at that point, there's no true direction really. There's,
I agree. It got from no. I agree. However, when we got into the mine and you go really deep, you take the train into the mine. I grew to like that the more I explored, because I realized, wow, this is an interconnected sort of thing of tunnels and passages. And once you got to one point, you could look over the edge and see everywhere you had just been and stuff, and places you were about to go. And I thought that was really well constructed, so I actually grew to like that. Even though, like you, I had a bit of dread going into it, like, oh, come on, there's still more, you know. So, and then when you get to Tyr, he's a pretty intriguing character, so
exactly
that it was fine. So yeah,
there's something that I think the game does quite well with, but still there's always this kind of foreboding about it, and that is the camera. You know that it's all one shot, so you know, like, oh, the deeper down this well you go, you're gonna have to come all the way back out again. And they're very good at like giving shortcut ways to get back out and whatnot, but that is always like something in your head. So like, okay, I'm going here. I'm gonna have to come out of here somehow.
Yeah.
Also, I think it something else. Like, you know, when you're playing Atreus,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be playing Kratos again until you see whatever needs to be passed over physically.
Yep, that's it.
You know what I mean?
Kind of, but they've found ways to change it when they have to transfer
Yeah.
it. Die.
Yeah, no, the biggest pacing, like, for me was that. Like, I was very excited to see, like, you know, there's been all this tension building up between Kratos and Atreus. They finally, like, okay, he's back from Jotunheim. He's been proven right about everything he's been saying. There's so much to talk about. All right, 6-hour side quest. Side quests, like a lot of side quests. The most side quests in the game so far. Let's go.
Yep.
We'll do all that shit later. It's like, no.
That's the thing. Yeah, like if you were to like, but it's so hard to do those later. Cause yeah, it's that one is a bitch. It's like I feel like I need like it felt like I needed those side quests right now. Like there's some side quests where it's like I should probably do this. Yeah, like right now.
Yeah.
And it ended up being like one side quest and another side quest. It just kept growing and growing and growing. It's like it's on their laundry list now. Like it was like I wanted to just do one thing in particular, and then all of a sudden the fucking laundry list grew, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
And this wasn't. This is also just a writing issue as well as pacing. I don't know how I feel about this, but like the idea of Atreus going to Asgard, fucking, I feel like it came out of nowhere, right? Like you're walking back to the tree. You're going to have a conversation with him. He's finally gotten back from Jotunheim, and you're gonna sit down and where the fuck have you been for 2 days? Blah blah blah. And then as you're walking, Freya says like, so wait, Odin was with your son? Perhaps he went to Asgard. He's like, oh, hadn't thought of that. And then you go there and it's like, Atreus, have you been to Asgard? He's like, no, but I'm thinking about it. And I was like, whoa, when the fuck were you thinking about it?
No, it didn't come out of nowhere.
No, I'm going to Asgard now. I'm like, what?
No. It started way earlier than that when you did the first Atreus section going to Ironwood and you learned about your prophecy of you going to Asgard and all that. You were like, oh, I'd never go to Asgard. Like, that's when it starts.
Exactly. Yeah, he said I would never go to Asgard, so I don't know when he said, well, maybe
Oh, yeah.
I should go to
Oh, no.
Asgard.
But it was oh, for fuck's sake. No, it was obvious to me anyway through that whole section that him saying I would never go out of Asgard, right? Like this whole game so far has been about fate versus, you know, your own actions and stuff, and it was obvious that he would go to Asgard. I don't think any of us questioned that. It's just under what circumstances. And when he was saying, like obviously he didn't want to go to Asgard. Not saying he did, but the idea of him going to Asgard was introduced much sooner than what you just said. So
yeah, but
like he doesn't want to step back out of there.
You don't see him come to the idea that, actually maybe I should go to Asgard. Like when we left him, he was not. He was not in that headspace of like maybe I should go there. He was very much firmly against it. And then when we get back, apparently he's been arguing with everyone because he wants to go so bad.
Well, no, that's the thing. I don't think he was ever firmly against it. He was firmly against his father dying and against serving Odin. But he was ruminating on the idea of, well, should I go? You know, what would it mean if I went? Maybe I go as a spy. Maybe I do this. Maybe I do that, right? And the point is that, yeah, he didn't want to go, but he wanted more options. He wanted to be able to keep his own secrets. He wanted people to talk to, and the fact no one gave him that, as it would for a kid of his age, obviously pushed him just to do that, right? And even once he had decided to do that, he was still talking to himself when you were playing him in his own sections, like, and he was going over the conversation in his head, like, of course I don't want to go, but why won't you talk to me? You know, and he was basically, and so he's obviously just very confused, right? as he would be.
I know.
So
you get
his process,
writing a kid,
like his logical process of deciding what to do doesn't make that much sense, right? But so I agree with you. It's sort of the fact he wanted to go to Asgard seemed to only come out in that final confrontation.
Yeah, and it just felt a little also just but convenient that the Freya introduced this idea to Kratos like 5 seconds before it became a reality.
No, he introduced the idea that when he spoke to him,
No,
that he'd want to go.
No. For me at least, when we were in the tree walking to like
Yeah,
teleporting back to
yeah.
his house, he said, "So, Odin saw your son. Maybe he went to Asgard." And he's like, "Oh."
Yes.
Grunts. And then you get there. Like that idea had not come up at all thus far for Kratos, and for you. And then you get there, and now he's like, "I want to go to Asgard," and like, oh. That I don't know. That just felt a bit convenient, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the thing it's convenient, but it's also his fault, right? The fact that he brings up forthrightly, did you go to Asgard? Oh, there's the guys up there. That might have driven him to Asgard, right?
Yeah.
That's half the point. If Kratos hadn't said that, if Kratos had said, "How are you? What's going on? Talk to me," maybe it doesn't actually happen, or at least not yet, or in that way, right? So I think you're right, but these are the cogs of fate, the wheels of fate turning, right? It's like the more you try and escape your fate and confront Atreus about whether or not he might have gone to Asgard, the more he's going to go to Asgard, right? And why he's going to Asgard, like he wants to be a spy, and then he gets there and he does want to. It's just this. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
He just wants some nookie, bro.
I have no idea where to go.
He just wants.
I'm
some
very
puss
confused.
Nookie.
I'm very confused. You go down these stairs. I can't go that way.
He wants a good thrudden.
This is a dead end, and there's nothing there really for me, as far as I'm aware. If I go this way,
Did you use the crank?
yeah. You use it on one of the doors just to progress.
That's a good thrudden is what he wants. By the way, do you remember in the Angraboda section, the dialogue got cut off for me because I did something, which has happened a couple times where like they're saying something important and then I do something and it gets cut off and I miss a line, which sucks because the lines tend to be very good in this game. When it's like, maybe it's not what it looks like. Maybe I'm deceiving Odin, and she says, "Oh, are you a trickster?"
Yeah.
And then it got cut off. What did he say?
Oh, it wasn't a very long line. It was like, "Oh, are you a trickster? Are you gonna spin some lies about something like that?" It wasn't a long line. It was just a...
Did he have a retort? I mean, he must have had a retort. Right?
I don't.
Oh, are
remember.
you much of a trickster? Ah, damn it.
I don't specifically remember, but I don't remember it being a very poignant line. But
I mean, of course it is, though.
It is, because of course, yeah, he's a trickster god. I get it.
It's the first time I think in the entire game that they allude to him having a devious nature.
Yeah. I agree.
There you go. There
agree
you
on
go.
that.
You can cure yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a few hints to that in the Angraboda section, in the section when he then goes to Asgard. He's starting to have that idea. And I mean, he goes to Asgard with the specific intent of trying to deceive, right? And it's kind of the first time that that's been happening, in a sense, right? Like, up until this point in the first game, he's been taught to be honest and good and follow his father and do all that. And now that he's gaining independence and trying to find who he is, it's funny that who he is seems to be slightly at odds with what he's been taught in the past, right? Even though he has good intentions. So, yeah, we'll see.
But I do like how, when you know he
Nice.
goes to, now that he's in Asgard, how they've managed to work the mythology right. Basically, he's the adopted. Odin calls him son. It's it's cheeky. It's not like really he's their kid or Thor's his brother or anything. But they found a way to make it kind of work. And I was like, that's pretty good. I'm here. He's calling me son. I'm with the Thors. I'm in Asgard. Like I'm Loki, baby. Wait, what have you done? What happened in Asgard? I just want to bring something up. I don't know if you've
What's that?
done it.
Nope.
Yeah. What have you done in Asgard?
I got there, met everyone. I've just done the one. You do the one main mission where you go to Muspelheim and search for the other part of the mask with Thor.
Okay.
And then you come back, and then it goes back to Kratos, basically.
I'd say one of the most contrived things so far in the writing is like, what the fuck is Angrboda doing there? I'm sorry, what? She just happened to be here in this one place in the entire of the 9 realms at the same time as me. Really?
Hey, it's fate. It's fate.
It's fate. But so you've been introduced to the concept of the mask.
Yes.
Do you know what the mask is?
I don't know what the mask is, but I have my suspicions.
What does it remind you of?
The mask.
That's because it,
Seriously.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
did you know that? I need to look into the mythology because I don't think Loki's connected to masks in any way. It's just that the mask from The Mask, the comic book, they said, oh, why does it have the powers? Oh, it was the mask of Loki. That's why. So I think it's just a big elaborate reference to the comics.
I remember in the
Because,
movie, and then also the shitty Son of the Mask. They talk about Loki. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Loki's the bad guy in Son of the Mask. Yeah, no, when I saw that I was like, no, you're not fucking giving Loki a green mask. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's on brand because do you guys remember the Infinity Gauntlet in the last game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there
go
are
that
some comic book references here and there. For example, Bifrost looks exactly like it does in Marvel.
Oh yeah, but that it should do. Like that fucking looks awesome that way.
Mhm.
Oh. Aha.
No, but I need to look into it. It would be, I'd say fair game. You know, if it is actually from the mythology, I kind of like it more. If it's just
Oh, interesting.
if they just got that from the
Yeah.
mask, I think that's hilarious.
I'm here in this waterway section. I don't know if it's worth me going this way. There was another thing. I was going to check out the other thing. I don't like this section so far. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Oh, jeez.
every fucking section like this in Resident Evil. This is always when Resident Evil games go to die. It's this. The deeper you go in Resident Evil games, the worse it gets. That's a fucking fact. It's always been a fact, and it's still a fact.
By the way,
The higher above ground you get is better, actually, in Resident Evil.
yeah.
It is. Anyways.
I was pleasantly surprised by Loki's combat. When I first took control of him and you first do combat, I was like, holy shit, this is really smooth and really like fluid and quite a nice change from the Kratos axe hitting and blade twirling, right?
Well, yeah, they did also make his combat sections incredibly easy. Like
Yeah.
Yes, and
weigh it out.
but I kind of like how like, oh, you can rely on your bow a lot, or you can do melee a lot. Like you have that choice. Whereas with Kratos, it's obviously just entirely
realize
melee.
he had melee attacks for ages.
Same. No. Do you know what I didn't realize? I didn't realize he had a shield for ages.
Oh yeah.
And
The shield is so cool.
yeah, and then when I was like, wait, I can parry. Oh, that's even better. You know. So
And parrying is very important for Loki.
yeah. What's in this?
You get a lot more options than Kratos does with parrying. I parry a lot with Kratos, but I've gotten into some annoying situations where like you'll parry, you'll riposte, like
Oh, I'm here.
You'll punch back, but they'll just power through it and just hit you anyway. I'm just like, what? That's cheating. But wait, so you have with Loki, you got the sword, right?
Yes.
What's her name again?
Ingrid, I think.
Ingrid. I think that's such a devious little thing. That's so clever to do for a trickster god. What combat do you do? Oh well, he uses his long range weapon for short range combat and his short range weapon for long range combat. That's brilliant.
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a
cool
good point.
detail.
Exactly. I thought when I got the shield, sword, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hit enemies with the sword now instead of my bow. But no, it's not that.
I hit shit with my bow, and my sword attacks you at range. It's really
So
funny.
I've found access back here, because I opened that door to the stairwell, I'm assuming I don't actually have to be here. I have to keep exploring the sewers, right?
Yes.
Like, is a chess piece here or not? Is my question.
I'm not sure, but now you can do this.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this opens it again. Yeah, there you go.
Also, something narratively that they're bringing in, and I'm wondering if this is going to contribute to just an overall thing. They want to.
Oh, it's Marvin.
They want to go in a better direction. They want to be better, but the fans, we want God of War. Like we want Kratos to smash some fucking heads. Like that's what we're waiting for. And so part of me thinks that they're kind of building up Loki to take that role, perhaps. And one thing that one narrative like subtle setup is that Atreus with the Muspelheim, he's just like, it was really fun killing all those things. It was really fun. And he mentions it to Kratos at one point. It's like, didn't you have fun? And it's like, he thinks that killing things is fun.
Yeah.
Like, he thinks fighting and killing is fun. And so that's interesting. It's fucked up, but that's exactly the direction he should be going on, because that is what the player thinks. It is fun to kill these things. I don't want to make peace. Fuck that. I'm trying to kill stuff and fight stuff.
Yeah.
But then also, part of that is at odds with Atreus's like underlining thing of like, wanting to save things and hearing the best in things and listening to the souls of things. I want to see how that goes.
I think that like, and this is purely just from the part that Max is at. I think that like, this game gets a pass though, even though I know God of War fans like really want, Kratos fucking murking shit and all this stuff. But kind of reminds me of The Last of Us Part 2, where it's interesting that people ripped that game apart for everybody's played The Last of Us 2 here, right? Max,
SZF.
SZF.
Is there a padlock somewhere? No.
There will be.
Max, have you played Last of Us Part 2?
No,
I don't think
I haven't even played the first Last of
something
Us.
on the table. You should play the first.
No, I know it's a thing. I know it's got powder.
Okay. All right, so I won't say anything. But
I've spoiled Last of Us.
I don't really. I know what happens. I don't really give a shit.
Okay, so like in that game, that doesn't get the buy because like the whole time it's like, revenge, and then like people were like pissed off about that because it's like, why is she not going for revenge? Like why? Like I kind of like with God of War, and I like how no one's like really that pissed off about it. And I just like how it's like, like from like the fucking end of the Vanaheim section or whatever. Just like talking about that. Yeah, like how like we've already had 3 games of Kratos popping off. In the first game, like they were a little bit that too. It's like I don't want this right now. Like I think it's fine. I like the narrate. I like how there's tons of games. If you want that God of War, you have that God of War. Here's just God of War. So like I like the direction the story went into.
Yeah.
I like this direction. Like
I will be disappointed in the end if we don't get some fucking brutal kills and burn Asgard to the ground. That's what I hope for. That is what I signed up for.
That's what I signed up for.
That's why I'm here.
But yeah, I like it though. I like the direction. I don't feel as cheated, even though I liked The Last of Us Part 2 ending. I didn't really have that big of an issue with it, like as other people did. But still, it felt kind of weird. It felt weird.
The thing is, in Last of Us Part 2, the reason it didn't work is because Ellie is, by the time she gets to Abby, a complete fucking monster. She just murdered like hundreds of people just to get here. Like,
yeah,
what
like
about
the end of
everybody else's families, or the people that you like, all of the scores of people that you just murdered? Like, you're past the point. It doesn't feel believable that you're gonna stop here.
Yeah, it'd be like Kratos stopping at Zeus.
Exactly.
Whereas in this game,
out of all of the people you killed, the one person that probably deserves it, you're gonna stop. That's just weird.
Yeah, like I came to terms with it.
You should probably kill yourself in Minecraft after that. Like,
Yeah, it like in my head though, like that was hard to rationalize. Like I liked it, but yeah, like it was like I had to think about it, and like I didn't. Like it was, but not like like big brain thinking. You know what I mean? It was just like I had to come to terms with it.
Apparently, you know the flashback scene with Joel.
Yeah.
Apparently, they added that when you're choking her out, you just get a short snippet of him playing on the guitar. They added that in quite late because apparently playtesters, they were just like, why the fuck didn't she kill him? And
If they didn't have that, I would have straight up hated it.
Exactly. It's like they just didn't. The story didn't earn that payoff at all, and so they had to put something to try and give you an idea of what they're going for, but it just.
It's that door. All right, so I'm slowly unlocking this maze.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Mac, I'm remembering this part, and it's basically the same as you. I just kind of stumbled my way around, and eventually it worked out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think. I have the crank. I have the rook chess piece now, so now I think all I need is the queen, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm just wondering where the hell that would be, because I have keys which can unlock a door, which might be in here, but I don't know.
The sewer's not too bad. You just got yeah, like I kind of like the yeah, like you just go the right direction. It's like fate.
I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna heal, and go that way again and see if there's something there that I can unlock or something, because I have keys. But no, but then again, I had the keys last time and I couldn't unlock it, so that's a no. How do I get back to the room with the fucking chess things? Let's see.
Wait, hold on, guys. I'm gonna be right back.
Alright, what's this way? So
I looked up the mask, by the way.
I don't
think Nero's onto something.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Alright, let's just save. There we go. Alright. I have the VHS. Let's do the VHS.
Please, stop. No. How are you, Frank? No hurt.
How long have we been going, Zona?
68 minutes.
Glad I watched that.
That's my exact reaction. I was about to say, well, that was useful. Jeez. I still have the tape. Yeah, I can destroy the tape now. Oh, this is done. Interesting. So there's no more doors for that. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Let's pop the piece. Let me just remind myself. Queen and rook were opposite, and rook and knight on the same wall. So rook has to be in one of these. So I'll just put it here. Oh, and also when I took the rook out, it heightened that bridge, or something.
Yeah.
But I couldn't go across that bridge initially anyway. So I don't think I was supposed to go across there. And I don't know if I don't know if that's given me other options anyway. So yeah, I don't know. Actually, did I have that? No, that's the pawn. This is the bishop. Just look at this again. Rook and the knight on the same wall, and the bishop and the queen aren't next to each other. The queen and the rook, so that means they're on the same side. Okay. Alright, so the pawn, so that's in the right spot. Wait, I don't have the other piece anyway. Let me just look at something. So I go out here. I don't remember what floor that was on, the control room. I'm just totally turned around. Plug socket. That was the lift that went back up. This led back down to here. This is all blue. Couldn't go this way. This led back to here, and this seems to be a dead end. I didn't go down here, but I don't think there was anything there, was there?
I don't think so.
What I miss?
Nothing.
I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, we watched the tape. It was very the cassette tape was very informative.
I was talking to Jembo. He at the end of Hollow Knight. But I needed to point him in the direction of the true ending and get him started on the path of pain. Did you ever do the path of pain?
Hollow Knight?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you should do the path of pain. It's really fun. It's absolutely insane.
Do I undo this? Can't do that.
And you got the true ending though, right?
I don't remember what ending I got.
Did you fight Radiance?
It's been a while. Yes. Yeah.
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 You fought Radiance? Okay, good. And also, I put him down the path. So you know the Grim Troop?
Yeah.
There's two endings for the Grim Troop. And one of them gives you a kind of useful charm, and the other one gives you the hardest boss in the game. So I sent him down the path that gives you the hardest boss in the game. It is also the best boss. Like, it is. It's such a. Like, just thinking about it gets my heartbeat pumping. Just like you hit the sleeping Grim, and then you're just like, what is this place? You just walk forward, and then the music starts, and then the title card, like one of the two bosses in the game that has a title card where it just screen goes pitch black and it just says Nightmare King Grim as the music starts, and you're just like, oh fuck it. Such a good boss, man. I really like Nightmare King Grim.
So if I go back here, where does it lead? It leads here. I could go check that again. Let's just check that. I'm just trying to go to the places I haven't entirely explored, perhaps. Yeah, overall, I've really been enjoying Ragnarok. It's been really, really fun. I'm interested to see where the story actually goes. Bullets. This is now blue. Alright, nothing else.
This game has wowed me a lot. The two terms I keep coming back to are impressive and extravagant. I think I enjoyed the 2018 more, but there are types of highs in this that 2018 doesn't come anywhere close to.
Yeah. For me, I like this one.
And just doesn't even do.
I'm appreciating the upgrades in gameplay quite a lot. They're small things, but for me they do make for like, oh my god, why wasn't this always the case kind of a thing.
Another thing is though, it's been a while since I played 2018, so I might just have a bit of nostalgia goggles for it. I could be wrong. Combat definitely feels messier in this game than it did in
I'm feeling somewhat the opposite. I'm enjoying the like choice of, okay, do you want to spec into like stun or runic damage? I'm also enjoying the fact that I think the indicator for enemies being behind you is way clearer now. Not only do they shout it out, but the red thing is way more useful.
Didn't they have that?
No, they did, but it was much smaller and it was hard to see. That was one of the criticisms I think a lot of people had was, oh, I get hit in the back so often.
Like, I think an overarching criticism for both games, and I definitely feel that is like the camera for the fights. There's a lot of the challenge in the fight, and I think this is part of the cinematic idea of the game, and relying on your party members and people to tell you that there are things behind you, but there's always shit behind you. So like, there's so much stuff going on around you, and your camera is so tight to
Yeah.
you that you just can't see what's going on. And I think that is at serious odds with the healing system. It's such a bitch to try to like stomp on heals when you need them. You're like, where is it? You're like,
That's what we're stopping on a heal. It's like the biggest waste of a fucking heal.
you're like you're backing. You know it's behind you somewhere, and you're backing away from this enemy. Like, okay, I'm just gonna walk backwards and get on this heal, and then you realize it's like 20 yards to your left, and you're like, ah, okay, I guess I misjudged that. Yeah, just the spatial aspect. I find it more annoying in this than in 2018. But maybe if I went back to 2018 and played that. Also because like I've gotten way more into action games since I played the original God of War, so I think maybe my standards are just a little bit higher now.
All I know is that, I don't know if this makes sense, but hopefully this makes sense. Ready for the statement, guys? The statement is that God of War Ragnarok, especially more so than the first God of War 2018, but Ragnarok is the most fake action game out there, where it's like an action game and there's some great action, but it's like not an action game. I don't know how the fuck to describe it. Like there's like you know, like some boss fights and stuff where I'm like, these are some really cool boss fights, but they don't feel like action game boss fights.
They don't feel
They
like
feel like-
actual boss fights. They feel like set pieces.
Why-
Yeah, they feel like set pieces. Yeah. It's not like it's like
Why
It's
isn't
just
this
the
giving
most
me the
fake
option?
action game.
Why isn't this giving me the option to use a key? Like it's just not.
It's open from the other side.
yeah.
Must be.
Oh, I guess, yeah, because it's just locked door. That's really annoying. Where is the other side? Show me where you come from the other side.
Is there a hole in the ceiling?
Not that I can see. No, and like look on the map. There's no exit to this
It
room.
also might be.
Oh wait,
an
there is.
electronic
There's a little.
Ah,
Oh, no,
there you go.
wait, no. That's on the higher level. That's the door I came through on the top level. Then you go down. There's a plug socket here and a plug socket there.
Yeah, plug socket. It's electronic.
Oh, I did not see this the first time. Wow, I just missed this completely.
Hey, there you go.
Literally just missed that. Brilliant. I'm done.
Yeah, it's.
Oh,
yeah. As
oh.
I said, it's
Okay. All right.
like, you know, there's the gamey games, and then there's the cinematic, Uncharted like games, and this is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the middle.
Going more
Yeah.
towards the gameplay side than like if you have like a spectrum of the
Yeah.
cinematic games, like Uncharted is all the way on one end, Last of Us is a little bit more towards the gameplay side, and then God of War is even further than that towards the gameplay side, but they're all still heavily in that cinematic focus. Like that is the main thing, is that cinematic immersion and yeah.
It's just like weird. Yeah, it's like sometimes
It is-
the game
it is
really
an
wants it
odd-
to be like.
Why did I walk around here? What was there of value that it made me go in there and up and around? I know there's a king plug on that side as well.
You got the queen.
Yes, but then it made me put it in here, go up these stairs, up here, and then I dropped down. But there was nothing
Now
up
you
there.
can take the queen out.
Yes, but why? What use was putting it in the first place if it just leaves me back here?
Well, wait, can't you get out of here with the queen?
Yes, but then I'd have to leave the queen here. That's the whole point. Like, it was originally here. I could put the queen in, and it opens the door. But I want
There's
to
a reason for it.
I want to take the queen with me, and I know you need the king piece, maybe in tandem with it. That's such a. Let me do it again. Hang on.
Mike, yeah, Zona, another point. I harped on to Max about this. He was not agreeing with me, but a point towards that is health in this game. I don't like how they've handled the health system. It feels a bit weird. Has this ever happened to you? You get in a fight with very little health, and then you die, and you're like, "Good, now I'm gonna have full health."
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck
Why
yeah.
don't you just give us health in between fights?
Yeah.
Who cares? You know.
Yeah, I agree. Really agree.
It is breaking my immersion that I'm dying randomly at the beginning of a fight because I don't have a lot of health from the last encounter. And since the checkpoints is right before every single fight, you're giving me full health anyway for every fight. I just have to die to get it. just give me the health. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
if it's like a hard boss or like a mini boss, I'm just like, oh yeah, just kill me.
Yeah, exactly. You get to a fight, you've got like 50% health or 25% health. You're like, yeah, this isn't happening. Just kill me, and then we can do
Yeah,
this
dude.
properly.
I feel like you guys
See,
aren't
that-
giving
that-
yourselves enough credit, like because that's never occurred to me. I just go into the fight. If I die, use Resurrection Stone, then win. It's like
I've not been using resurrections.
Like,
but,
Yeah, I always forget to buy them, dude.
like you can only carry
I-
one anyway, so you just might as well buy it. It's super cheap, and then yeah.
I don't like buying it because if I want to die, it makes dying a lot longer. You have this like slow animation of Atreus running towards you. I only buy it when there's a specific thing that I know I.
Well,
like,
the
okay.
thing is that there's usually going to be one boss fight between the times when you can buy one that it would be useful for. Typically, that's what I found. Like I don't usually use it in regular encounters.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you die in a regular encounter and you're holding one, it makes dying a lot longer.
But yeah, but often I don't want to die because maybe I get most of the way through a fight and then I die and I'm like, shit, now I have to do the whole fight again.
Yeah, but then you're wasting the stone. I feel. I only get it for really serious.
Yeah, but that's my point. The stone has never felt like a waste because A, it's super cheap. B, you can get them a lot, and C, it seems to only actually have come in handy for the fight it was intended to come in handy for, as it happens. Because none of the other fights challenged me enough that I did die, other than this one.
The thing is, you're wasting money because if you just die, you're gonna get full health anyway.
Yeah, but then you have to just.
That's kind of my point.
Yeah,
that's kind of my point.
Yeah, but my point is that you're gaming the system when it doesn't have to be gamed. Because if you just
you're
went into
wasting
combat,
resources when they don't have to be wasted.
Yeah, but that's what they're for. It's to use them. You said you never use Resurrection Stones, so your point is moot.
No, but the thing is, there's no reason to use them because you respawn in the same spot.
Yeah, but there is because you fight, and then you get 90% through the fight and you die. You don't want to do the whole fight again. Just use the Resurrection Stone and you win.
Well, my complaint isn't about a single fight.
Like waste time.
I'm fine with that. My complaint is about multiple fights. Why doesn't my health just refill in between fights? I'm not complaining about a single fight. It's just that I'll get to a fight at 25% health, and then it's just like, oh, just kill me immediately because then I'll have full health for the fight. Why not just give me the health back?
Yeah, see, my point, my counter, I sort of agree with that, but my counter to that is that there's always been so much health. I've never had less than 50% health going into a fight.
Well, I'm sorry I'm not based as you, Mac.
Like enemies, all enemies drop. Like it feels like every enemy drops health and rage, right?
Well, sorry.
And often have too much. Often have too much health. Like literally, I'm going round the battlefield.
18 hours in, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, it might get worse, but
Get out of here.
it might get worse for sure. I can only speak to what I've played, but my point is like often I'm going around the battlefield stomping on health that I don't need just to clear them because I'm OCD in that way.
I feel like I know what Nero is talking about.
Yeah. So that's why I asked what difficulty you were playing on because I can definitely see if you're playing on higher than normal that would be a thing. Because
I tried harder difficulty. It was not fun.
Yeah, that's what I suspected.
Dude, honestly, normal's kind of hard.
Normal's pretty fucking hard. I'm not gonna lie.
I got my ass kicked. There was like
There's
one
some
moment I was like, "Oh, shit."
there are some side quests, running side quests in particular that absolutely.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I know why you're bringing this up because of that.
Another thing, Zona, that happened to me is, what do you do when you don't have rage and you want to get some rage? Everyone's dead because you've already gone through all these areas. They're all dead, so where the fuck do you farm rage? Just nowhere. I'm like, this fight is kicking my ass. I could use a full bar of rage and then I'd probably be a lot better off. How do I do it? And do you know how I did it?
Oh.
I was like, okay, I'm not getting any. I guess I'll continue the story and fight a couple enemies, build up rage, and then dip and go do this side thing. As soon as I warped to the story location, I just had a full bar automatically. So I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. And so
Oh shit! I
left.
didn't know that.
Yeah, and so I did that. I exploited that a couple times, and I found that it's not just going to the story place that gives you full rage. It also seems to be going from the story place gives you full rage. It was very odd.
I hate that like it takes like 500 fucking years to fill up your rage bar.
It really does, unless you're stomping on the things or
Yeah, dude.
it arbitrarily fills for you randomly because of the story.
Again, I feel like you guys are weird because I always have rage. And by the way, if you engage with the gear, there's a lot of gear that gives you rage bursts and stuff like that
Yes,
upon doing things.
The thing is with the gear is like I know there's a way to min-max the kind of
Oh my god, there's the king. I'm such an idiot.
there you go. Min-max the kind of outcomes you want, but I'm waiting until the end of the game until I have all my options so I know what to actually spend my resources on and figure it out properly. Right now, you know, there are a lot of times where you can create new, stronger armor pieces, but you don't have the resources to upgrade the ones you do, so you just have to kind of, hey, that's a new gun. Interesting. But you just have to kind of go with the new armor set because you can afford it, whereas you don't have the materials to upgrade what you were using before. There you go.
All right, so
but yeah, there was one for one part in particular, I went back to an armor set, and it's so good. I don't know why. And that's the other thing. I just kind of wish all of these effects that these armor. I just wish I had them all at the same time. Like, I do not want to give up getting slow-mo when I dodge attacks. That has been so useful.
Yeah.
That's the best one by far from what I've seen.
I'm so confused. How do I leave here with the queen?
I remember this part. I don't remember what to do, but
Because
you just opened a door, no?
Yeah, but I need the queen. I need to leave here with the queen. Okay, so if I put it here, I'm out, but I can't grab it because if I go...
But can't you go round up and drop down and pick it up?
No, dropping down doesn't get me out. Dropping down just gets me back here. All right.
Gets you back here. What about that door you opened? It could only be opened from one side.
Yeah, so now I can go back through here. Great.
Yeah.
Right, but this is closed because I didn't put the king in. So for that to be any use, I need to put the king in. And in order to put the king in there, I need to take the queen out here. That's now closed, so I can't go that way. Put the queen here instead. So the queen is now committed.
Yeah.
Let's just go through the motions. Maybe I'm just dumb. Put the king here.
Yes.
I don't actually need the king, right?
Yes, and now that door is open, so you can get through the other way.
No, you can't because the door's closed. Like how do I get to the queen now?
Can't you go up the stairs and drop down?
Yeah, drop down. Yeah. It's what you were saying was cringe before.
What do you mean? What do you mean drop down? That's not the stairs. Those stairs are only accessible through the door that is now locked.
Well, the game's not broken because there's a way to get out.
Like this is the king piece. There's only. Oh wait, hang on. If I take because see, if I take the king from here, I can't get in that door. I'm just very confused. Oh wait, hang on. If I drop down, I get to that side. Oh wait, I think I know.
Yeah.
Take it out there.
I think I know. Yeah. So I take the queen from here. This now closes, but I go through the door. Oh no, because I still need. No, because I still need to put the queen here in the first place. Wait. Let's just try this. Wait, no. Wait, I don't want to... No. Wait. Wait, yeah, so it's here.
Yeah, and then you go up the stairs, I think. Yeah.
Then if I drop down... No, because that just leaves me back there. No, see, that doesn't help at all. Oh no, yeah, see, this is closed because I took the king out, so I can't even use this passage anymore. This is now closed off to me entirely because when you take the king, you can't go back up here. So that's now just a non-factor.
Now that you've opened that door, there's something you can do now.
Yes, obviously, but like, I need to leave here with the queen because I need it for the puzzle back with the big, thick door, and I don't need the king if I'm correct in saying the king was not mentioned anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think you need
I could leave that here, so the king is simply a key to leave with the queen. So now am I missing
Where's the
something?
king at now?
Right here.
Where's the king?
Right here. The king can only be here or...
well, since that door's unlocked now, we don't need the king there. So the king needs to go back upstairs somehow.
No, you cannot get back upstairs. It is impossible to get back upstairs.
Oh, it's locked.
The king
has to be there?
Well, look, the king has to be here if I'm to get out now. So this king has to be here. Like, there's no option. Unless I then take the queen from here. This might be it. I take the queen from here, Oh, I think this might
There
be
you
it.
go.
I think this might be it. And then I move the king from there to the other spot. Because the king can go in 3 places, not just there and upstairs. It can go around here
Who
as well.
built this shit?
Oh no, it's on this
Why?
side. Wait. See? Do you see what I mean? Because it's on that side. So if I want to get the king there, I need to then move the queen. Oh wait, maybe. Oh wait.
The door
So-
is gonna
So
factor into this somehow. I'm sure of it.
this was all about moving the king from slot to slot, basically. So then you do this, then you put the king here, in order to. Yes. Wait, you go back round here. Oh, no, that's closed. Never mind, because that door's useless. Wait. Yeah, see, look, and now I'm just in the loop. I just run around like this with both open doors, and I cannot. Oh wait, no, I'm done. Then you take the queen, and then you go back through the
And
king.
then you go back.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Ah.
We did it.
So should I just take this for good measure?
Fuck
think-
it, take
yeah,
the king.
Yeah. Don't separate them.
That was a dumb puzzle. I didn't like that.
Yeah,
I like
something.
that. I like that.
The overall feeling of the worlds in Ragnarok for me, I equate it to a theme park or a theme park ride. Like, have you ever been on the Jurassic Park ride in Universal?
No.
Okay, Mac, in Legoland, the ride we kept going on, the boat.
Yes.
Yeah, where you're just like, you're going through this one pathway, and there's just, oh, look at all these things around you. There's really all these cool things. That's what going through the world in Ragnarok feels like
Yeah,
to me. It
yeah.
feels like the most elaborate theme park you could imagine.
Yeah.
Or theme park ride, where you're just walking through this one. Oh, he's gonna puke on you. God.
Makes me slower, maybe.
I think that's it. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that is how it feels. It does feel like a fucking giant theme park ride, and yeah, man, hats off to the fucking team. And I just recently
Seriously.
saw.
Yeah. Continue.
I was gonna say I just recently saw an article that like I mean this is every developer I feel. So it's not unique, but for some reason, I don't know, people went all crazy because of this. But like up until like 2 months ago, they thought this game was gonna be fucking a failure. They thought everything was bad about it. It's pretty interesting. It just goes to show that a lot happens in that development cycle in the last 2 months. But yeah, like it's just it's
What
such
most developers will tell you
thing.
is like the last 2 months, that is when the game is made, apparently.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it's
they're
when it
getting
comes together.
everything. Yeah.
It's kind of like how the
But
film
yeah,
is
like-
made in the edit room, right? It's sort of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, it's interesting, and I think that it's also just a fucking miracle that this thing runs on the PS4 Pro. And from everybody that I see, like, it seems like, yeah, I mean, it runs pretty well. Like, it makes your
That is-
PS4 sound like shit.
That's
The
very
fact
impressive.
The fact that this game runs on a fucking PS4 Pro, it feels like the swan song of the Last of Us for like the PS3, but like on a grander fucking scale.
Yeah, like, my God, the work that these people did making these places. Like, you
Yeah.
made all of Svartalfheim. You've made all of these places. Like, all so much detail. Wall paintings, little curios here and there on the fucking like table. Like, oh, this little pathway through here. Oh, here's some unique dialogue for this dead body here. Like, Mimir says something, and so much detail. All of these very vastly different looking worlds with vastly different assets, all looking incredible. All of the detail in just the modeling and the composition of the areas, and then that's just one realm of it, down to the details of the animation and all of the little intricacies in the animation of like, oh, Kratos putting it on his back, Kratos picking up an item on the floor and it actually being the item that he picked up, and looking at it, and the tiny nuances of the animation, and then down to the script writing and all the fucking lines that they recorded. Now, this is something in 2018 as well, like all the lines. Not only did they record like 50 conversations for the boat rides, you also had like multiple lines per conversation to interrupt it and bring it back.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And just that again, but times 10 now. Like holy, like hats off to these guys. They put in so much work.
Yeah, this game is it's a marvel. But I want to ask this question to y'all right now. All right, like actually I'm just gonna ask it to Max because since Nero's ahead of
Question.
Max,
I have a
I'm just
question
gonna
for you
ask
before
Max.
you do. Does the pictures mean the porn has to go there?
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. Carry on.
So, yeah, Max. If the what would you give this game out of 10 right now if it sticks the landing, and what would you give it out of 10 if it doesn't stick the landing?
I
That
don't.
kind of depend on how like tremendously it doesn't stick the landing.
I don't.
Right?
I don't like.
True,
I don't like.
true.
I don't like numbers. But if you're if terms of like how I would feel, I want a very fulfilling ending to these characters, and however it ends, if I don't feel like I've got closure on, say, Kratos' relationship with his son, or closure on, I don't know, their history in this world, or just closure in terms of what happens, like where does Freya end up, where does Kratos end up, where does everyone just end up, right? What's the state of the world when it's over? I'm going to be a bit disappointed knowing that this is apparently the final game in this saga, in this Norse chapter. So knowing that, I'm expecting something. If I didn't know that and I thought, oh, maybe this could be a trilogy, then my expectations would be different. And so if it ended in such a way and I knew another game was coming, obviously it'd be different. But so far it's as good as the last game in my books. There are things it does better. There are some things, as we've discussed in terms of pacing and stuff, that maybe it's not quite as strong, at least in the parts I've played so far. So overall, it's about the same. I'm enjoying it because I feel like enough time has passed since I played the first one, where I doesn't feel like I'm just doing the same shit, right? I'm happy to come back to this world, and I'm happy to be looking for the chests again, and picking up all the fucking hack silver, right, and all that stuff. So that's fine. So yeah, that's my answer. I just want a satisfying conclusion, and if it does stick it,
Not a number.
if it
asshole.
shut up, if it does stick the landing, if it does stick the landing, and it's like really good, and I'm like, oh right, then it's going to be better than the last game, just because it's already as good, and so if it comes with all of the conclusive payoff, then it's going to be better, right? And yeah, if it did stick the landing, it'd be a fantastic game. It would be up there with the best PlayStation games, period, of the last couple generations. So put a number on that, however you like. But that's what it would be. No, I won't. No, I won't put a number on it.
Bad question for you. I'm sitting around around an 8.6,
Okay.
8.5, like.
That doesn't mean anything.
A strong 8.
It does. It's an easy way to indicate.
It
kind of
doesn't.
like
It's
I think it does. I think it's
decent shorthand. Now there's definitely some confusion to be had. Like, what is a actual 8 versus a Metacritic 8? And yeah, I'm being a bit wishy-washy, where I'm kind of in the middle of an actual 8 and a Metacritic 8. But I'd say like an 8 is about.
Oh no, the pawn has. Wait, so the pawn has to be there, which means the. Okay, I'm getting closer. So if the pawn has to be there, then the rook has to be there. Yeah, okay.
It is liable to drop if we do not burn Asgard to the ground, and I don't get really satisfying gory kills on the Pantheon. And obviously the sex minigame's got to be here. That's the make or break of it all. We gotta pass.
Games is a 5.
We're gonna pass on the torch. Atreus has to have sex with Thrud.
Or it's time.
Boy. Let me.
There we go. I did it, everyone. Thanks for waiting.
There you go. What you want to do, boy? If you want
On
to
my
please
way.
a woman, you swivel the right stick, and then you swivel the left stick, and then you press X, and then press the start button.
The game also will lose points if Kratos just doesn't scream Zeus at some point. Zeus.
No, because I've seen some playthroughs of the original ones recently. One line I am hoping for him to drop because he says it a lot in God of War 2, which is it's really funny when he says he uses it whenever he uses his ability. Is I am the God of War. It's I'm hoping he busts that out at some point.
Question. It says this is equipped, but I can't actually bring it out unless I go in here and click equip. But
That's because it's not in your. You need to replace it with your big gun, I think.
Yes, but how?
On your quick wheel.
Yeah, how do I do that? I thought equipping it would just do it, but it says it is equipped without being on my wheel.
Well, maybe drag and drop.
Is it a different
Drag and drop the one you have in your wheel.
I can't. You can't interact with the wheel directly like this in the inventory screen.
Click on the
shortcut. Click it and then click shortcut.
Oh, there you go.
The bottom. There you go.
Cool.
Yeah, I really do want him to say I am the God of War at some point. That would be cool.
There's been a lot of details that I've made notes of that I want to talk about and mention, but I don't know if we should maybe save that for another time.
Yeah, we'll save all.
But
that.
I have my notes as well.
I've got many recordings to pour back over, just like because instead of taking notes, I'm just like I'll clip that, watch it, and then I'll remember what I was.
Because I think that's my favorite thing about this game so far. Actually, it actually hasn't been the quote unquote big moments. It's been the little things for me. The little pieces of dialogue, the small references or callbacks or interesting little developments that have happened subtly. Right?
You're saying it's not the enemy in front of you; it's the enemy behind you, Kratos.
Honestly, it does. It's interesting that Max says that because I relate this game a little bit. I mean, I related the first God of War, Jenny God of War, a little bit like Berserk, but like I'm the same way with Berserk, where it's like it's not the crazy fucking action moments of Berserk that I love. It's the moments where it's a little more quiet. And that's like a lot of fans are like Berserk. Just when there's some quiet moments, that's when Berserk is at its best. And it's the same thing with this God of War. And the smaller moments, quieter moments, the more emotional moments kind of hit, which is weird.
And don't get me wrong,
I agree that there's little moments that probably my favorite moments in this game have been little things, character stuffs, short exchanges, little stuff like that. But also there. I do like my big screen.
Oh, obviously. I was about to say.
That's probably some of my favorite stuff as well. Like seeing Asgard for the first time. That was really cool. There are other moments that I can't talk about that stick with me.
Yeah. Obviously, we're all here for the big moments for sure. But the reason is, I think because this is a sequel and we have history now and we have things that need to pay off and stuff like that, the game can actually afford for the smaller moments to be really meaningful. Whereas in the first game, the small moments were nice. They were maybe sweet or touching or just interesting and intriguing, but they don't have the extra layer of, well, they can now actually give us answers or develop things, right? So now the game can almost have its cake and eat it. It can give us really good moments in the slow parts and really good moments in the big, massive bits, right? And it can sort of do both. And I'm really enjoying that.
Although
I don't know where their punches are coming from. It could be a soft punch, it could be a heavy punch, but either way, it's going to be a punch, right?
But I mean, I wouldn't down talk God of War because 2018 because that was a sequel too, and I'd still like the Blades of Chaos scene. That that is
that's a big moment though.
On knowing the character. Yeah, that is.
That's I'd class that as a quote-unquote big moment, right?
It is a big moment,
not a little
but it's
moment.
Still,
but,
I would say still unmatched so far.
I think that the Blades of Chaos, it's beyond God of War. I think that moment is just probably one of the biggest video game moments of all time. That fucking moment is
segment.
You really can't fucking I don't know many video games that. Yeah, I don't know.
Name another game where you cry when you unlock the fire weapon.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, seriously, and just fucking that actor's just voice acting that line.
Yeah.
Just like,
did you see Did you see the behind the scenes of him doing that scene?
Oh, incredible! Yeah,
like, it's just so good. Like
he was, and I love how he
literally will always be a monster.
Yes, but you're monster.
Oh jeez. How do I get out? How do I get out? Door? No door. Fire? Can't do fire.
Also, I'm still very much hoping we just get at least one rendition. Kratos standing up, badass, with the blades, and dun, da dun, da da dun. Like I want that.
Guys. Fire's spreading. What do I
You
do?
did it. You beat Resident Evil. It's time to die now.
What do I do? This isn't a door. I can't open it. No.
Use the sprinkler system. Activate the
Do
fire alarm.
do I use this? Where's the...
Can you like?
Oh, there you go, there you go, there you go. Oh dear, oh dear. You know what? You know what? Eat shit.
More fire.
Damn
fire
it.
With fire. Very good.
No, no, let me out. Let me out. I'm burning. Let me out. Let me run.
Might want to heal.
Let me
I've
run.
known you wouldn't die.
Yeah, God of War Ragnarok.
I like Heimdall a lot. I really like Heimdall. He's such a
God,
cunt.
he's such a cunt.
He's great. Yeah.
It's just his first interaction is just fucking great.
Go, kill it, kill it, kill it. Why isn't it killing it? What am I supposed to
I
do?
personally-
Like, how'd you not get hit there?
That's another thing that I'm a sucker for in fucking video games. Big fucking sucker of boss fights that like aren't winnable. You know, I love that shit. I love when that happens in fucking video games. That happens in like a few games. For example, Final Fantasy 14. You just can't win a fight. In this one, you can't win a fight, and it's like shit. I love that shit.
I
so
mean,
much.
I think it's a delicate beast. It is.
Yes.
It's a delicate
I
beast.
agree.
I don't know what that means, but like, you have to do it right. I think God of War Ragnarok did it very right. I thought his fight was really cool.
I think I've only played like 3 games. I can't remember the third one, but where it does that. But every single game that it's done so far that I've played has done it right. Where I'm like, goddamn, like I just love that feeling of like. It's different in Ragnarok because it's like you really are a kid. You don't have that good of skills. But I do love it in games where it's like you have skills and you're on top of the world, and then it's like, wait a minute, you're not that fucking great. I do love that shit. That shit goes.
Oh, I was supposed to smash him. I'm an idiot.
The first God of War does that. Also, kind of with like the first Baldur fight.
Yeah.
Just being like, I love that. That was another example of just like, yeah, no, like, you are strong, but goddamn, there's people out there that can fuck you. Like, yeah,
Well,
love it.
No, actually, and that kind of brings me to the Thor point. But actually, let's continue what we were talking about fights you can't win. I don't know. Sometimes it pisses me off. It pisses me off when you clearly can win, and the game says no, no,
Yeah.
you can't. Or like you win and then you die in a cutscene, or like he beats you in the cutscene. That's shit. I hate that.
No, I hate that too. Yeah.
And then the other way, I think probably one of the better ways to go about this. Obviously, this isn't always possible in whatever game you're doing, but if you beat it, you get a little something. Like for example, in DMC5, there's a boss you fight multiple times. You are not supposed to win, and the way they do that is they just make it really fucking hard. And if you do win, credits roll. It's like, all right, you beat the game. You killed. You weren't supposed to kill this guy, but you did, so you beat the game.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know what happens in Ghost of Tsushima, because that also begins with a fight you're not supposed to win. Can you beat him?
I don't know.
I'm going to do this again. Apparently.
But yeah, like I'm with you. Like I like knowing. I kind of like knowing like from the get-go that's like I probably can't win this, and like it's not winnable. Like it's like no, the person uses like a healing mechanic and shit like pretty early on. Like I don't know, like it's a fine line. It's a very fine line.
So Ghost does it poorly, I think, because if you're doing really well in the fight, cutscene, and then you lose. Like I hate that.
Oh yeah, no, I don't like that either. I mean, so did you not like it in Sekiro or?
Well, you can win in Sekiro.
It just
you don't
doesn't
get anything,
make
but
any
at
difference.
least it does. Yeah, it doesn't make any difference, but you can win, and the game acknowledges that you won at least.
Okay.
Yeah. And is there a trophy or an achievement? I don't think so.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's a.
I'm so sorry.
Oh
Sherry.
wow!
Okay,
Look,
it's
the
a
scaffolding fell so conveniently.
There
Oh
you
my
go.
god! Ah.
It's. I'm gonna coin this term. It's a delicate beast, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was saying about the. Oh, give your. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, no, it is delicate piece. I just played. I mean, you play more action games than I do, so I bet it happens a lot more for the games that you played. But the games that I've played, like I said, like Final Fantasy 14 did a great job. This game did a fucking great job.
What are other examples that you're thinking of when you really liked it?
I can only think of 3, but there's another game I'm thinking about also where I
Dark
don't
Souls.
remember.
There's Dark Souls with Seath.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like the Sekiro. I like it in the Sekiro.
Sherry?
I thought it was
Yeah.
cool.
I was just getting the itch to play Sekiro again recently.
Sherry, are you alright?
I think everybody does. Every few months. Every few months, everybody gets the itch.
It's either that or Ghost of Tsushima, because I never finished Ghost.
Ooh,
And with
finished Ghost?
with the 60 FPS-ness I could get on PS5 now, it might be nice to go back.
So nice. It looks so nice.
I won't pay for the PS5 version, but I think the PS4 version runs at 60 anyway.
Oh my god. Right, the story. This is
This conversation is over.
Yeah, I didn't love Ghost as much as I wanted to, unfortunately. So I never finished it, but I could give it another go.
In my lab. It's not far away.
Hey, I'm caught up with this story. What the hell? They infected the little girl. Why?
I actually like this part. This part's fucked.
There's not enough time. Millions of lives are at stake. Sherry, Mommy loves you, sweetie.
Do you?
Goodbye.
Let's kill her.
Kratos. The story is actually pretty goofy.
Sherry, don't worry. I
I
will
like
get
it.
you whatever you need, okay?
Yeah, this is hitting harder than anything in Leon's playthrough.
I'm trying to say, like, I always try to like convince people to play Claire, because Claire just has actually kind of a good story.
Yeah. Aww.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the Claire story is just better. And also you play as a waifu, so.
Yeah. So now to my Thor
Where
point.
the hell do I
You
go?
brought up Baldur. I did not like the Thor fight at the beginning of the game.
Oof, rough. Loved it.
Because the point of Kratos is that he wins. He does not. If the point of the whole like God of War trilogy, the energy of Kratos is like once you see the god, you are face to face with them. When you're face to face with anyone, they are fucked. They cannot win because you're fucking Kratos. And with Baldur, I think they did a very good job because he is fucked. He doesn't stand a chance. You are absolutely obliterating him. Sure, he gets in a couple lucky punches here and there. The only thing is, oh, he happens to be immortal. Like, he cannot take damage. But, like, if he did, he'd be dead because he's fighting Kratos. So I thought that was a nice one. But with Thor, like, this is Thor. You want to build him up and make him seem threatening. I beat the shit out of him. And like, okay, I'm gonna leave now. Like, it made me think so much less of Thor. Like, I'm so not threatened by him now because I already fought him once, and I beat the crap out of him because I'm Kratos.
Wait.
The story tells me I didn't. I did.
Where, in what way did you think that fight against Thor was at all like one-sided in your favor?
Yeah.
Like,
The part where I
I'm
won incredibly easily by beating the shit out of him because I'm Kratos.
yeah, but do you realize that he
don't-
wasn't trying?
Yeah, he wasn't trying. He just
Like-
wanted to see you.
Like he
wanted
all he
to
wanted
see
to
it.
do
Neither was
was
Neither
for
was
you.
I was fighting with my fists for most of the time. I wasn't. going
Yeah,
hard
but
on
dude,
him.
it doesn't matter what you
I'm
were doing.
Kratos.
Like in Kratos, do you remember when he said that he was happy? I think it was after you went rage mode.
Yeah.
No. It felt very arbitrary to me. He just said, there's the God of War. I'm just like, what? I haven't been doing anything different.
No. There was definitely a moment where he's like, there he is, and it was you punch him. You
When
punch him in the
use rage,
face. You punch him in the face.
Yes, you punch him in the face
and
once,
that's
and it's just like, there it is. And apparently you've been pulling your punches this whole time. I don't know.
It's because it's because you went rage. It's because like Kratos actually screams and then punches him, and then they go slow-mo. You can tell the punch actually hit harder than anything else he'd done up until that point. And then he was like, oh, okay, fine, we'll do this again later, right? And I'm with you though. I hope they scrap again. I hope so. But yeah, it was cool.
I feel like it
I loved it.
I
Yeah, it was
feel
so
like
good.
it absolutely like lessened Thor in my mind.
It did not.
Oh,
I
no,
love
no,
how he
no,
was
I
toying with
disagree.
you. I love how he was toying with
It
you. Also
hide,
just
if
like-
anything, it hide.
He toying with me.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
Kratos.
actually up.
Look.
That's the point. Like the feeling of playing Kratos.
Okay.
You don't want anyone to be over you because no one is over you. You're Kratos.
No, but that's
you're
on.
gonna kill him.
But again, on the contrary, the fact that Kratos seemed out of his depth
You're gonna be just
is
fine.
awesome. I love that feeling. I'm like, oh shit.
I don't think so because I don't buy it.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, why don't you buy it? They're showing you.
There's no
Like,
turning
This
back.
is the guy who, when he was human, killed when he was human before he got any of his like extra powers in God of War 3 to kill Zeus. When he first confronted Zeus, he beat the shit out of him, and the only reason Zeus is alive is because Athena took the last hit for him. The only reason that there had to be a third game was because Athena took a bullet for him. Because if you meet Kratos in combat, he wins. That's just how it goes. So I don't buy that. Oh, fucking Thor. Who the hell is Thor? I've been doing this for millennia, bro. Like I don't know. I don't buy that Thor is a match for Kratos. Like, oh, he can give him a good hit here and there, sure, but like
here's the thing though.
You can't make me believe that Kratos is actually threatened by anything.
There's more going on though.
Atreus is how you do that.
You okay?
He is threatened for Atreus, but physical harm to himself, you can't overpower him. He beat Kronos, for fuck's sake. Kronos is the size of Jotunheim's tallest mountain, and he beat the crap out of him.
Yes, but you got to remember that there's more going on. Like when he was fighting Thor, for example, in the same way that when he was fighting Freya at the start of the game, well, not at the start, but you know when, initially,
You were doing just fine without
you know,
me.
he's
Like,
not
come
actually,
along, we got in all sorts of trouble.
he's not the Kratos you're quoting.
Yeah.
That's my
yeah, I
point,
was gonna
right?
say that.
And he's not the Kratos in many ways. You can argue, oh, it's been years. You can argue he's not what he once was. But then you argue, well, does he want to go all out? Is he consciously holding himself back for one reason or another, right?
Yeah.
For example, when you were fighting Freya, I instantly knew it was Freya. It was obvious. And then when he realizes, oh, it's Freya, he says even after the fact, he's like, I never wanted to fight you. I never wanted you to harm you, right? So even though Freya was winning that fight,
It seems like
and they have a little discussion later on where it's like, you know, like if Atreus hadn't been there, I would have won. It's like, really, would you? You know?
But the thing is, I think I would be able to buy that a bit more in a
Hang in there,
cutscene
okay?
than if you're making me play as him and then you're saying, oh, I was holding back. I'm just like, no, I wasn't. No. Like,
Maybe you as a player weren't, but I
exactly, and
have.
that's the thing. It's a dissonance there that like maybe should have just done that in a cutscene.
That's true.
I would rather just not have to fight Thor at the beginning. I would rather build him up and save him for later.
But again, it wasn't really a fight. Basically, Kratos was swatting at him kind of like you would swat at a fly, in the sense that he didn't want to
I'm
like
getting you treatment.
kill.
Just hold on, Sharon.
He didn't want to kill Thor or anything. He
I
would
feel
have.
like
He would have if he had to. But his thought was for Atreus. He was like, I need to get back to my boy. So he was just like, that's where his thoughts were basically, right? As far as as far as I was concerned.
I think that that's what I got out of it, is that you were holding him back. You're a different man than what you once were. Kratos could fucking wreck him, and I think that's why like he was like, I want to see the God of War, and like in the fucking game you can play it differently, you know, but like with the narration that was going on, it was you're holding back, you finally show a little bit of the God of War to him, and then like Thor's just like, I'm gonna fuck off now. So like it was kind of just like, ooh, because he knows that if Kratos like does become like his old self, he would probably get fucked up hard. So he was just like, all right. So he was just like I like it as a story point, a story beat of just like this is a different Kratos.
And good example. You know when Atreus first gets to Asgard, and then you fight the guy, right? You fight what's his face? I don't remember his name. Heimdall. And you can't hit him. He's just dodging everything you do and laughing at you.
I love that.
Right?
That was great.
That's.
Antiviral.
I know it's a different situation because Atreus is not Kratos, right? I'm not trying to. It's not apples to apples. But there's a fight where the guy's toying with you, clearly, right? And there's nothing you can really do, right?
Stay right here,
Quite rightly, because you're Atreus and he's Heimdall, right? But I know you're saying Kratos should be able to kick the shit out of Thor, and maybe he can. But similarly, the way it was presented was Thor was just taunting you and being like, "Where's your power? Where's your power? Where's your power?" Right? So
What helps out Nero's point though? What helps out Nero's point? There is one thing that helps out Nero's point. Nero, what is it? There's one thing in that Thor fight that actually proves your point. That's kind of dumb.
He is the God of War. I don't know. What is it?
I think the thing that helps out Nero's point is that Thor kind of fucking just kills you in that fucking fight.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I love
So
that. I love that moment.
I love that. It's a cool fucking moment that they had. But like, is Kratos really? He let Thor like
killed
kill him.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
he let Thor
yeah.
kill him.
I'm like, no, that's not right.
That was the only weird part that helps out Nero's situation. He let Thor
you know,
kill him.
that was a funny moment. I appreciated that.
And the Kojima ass.
In terms of the creativity.
Yeah,
just,
Kojima fucking shit.
I'm not letting you die.
or fucking Abby saying you don't get to rush this, but I believe the line was, "I'll decide when this ends."
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, something like that.
I'm just like, you don't get that. I'm sorry, Thor. I don't know who the fuck you are, but I'm Kratos. You don't get to kill me. You don't get to kill Kratos. That was weird.
Well, look, you have to have some dramatic tension. If Kratos is just an unkillable thing,
No, but
then
that's
there's no
the point.
stakes,
He's
right?
Saitama. He's Saitama. There's absolutely stakes, regardless. The stakes are, oh shit, Kratos is coming. He is the stakes.
It is just that, but it's like I see
And
what
like
Max is
to be fair to Thor though, Kratos has let himself get killed by a bunch of people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Thor brought him back or not. Kratos would have come back.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Ares killed Kratos. Zeus has killed Kratos. Gaia's killed Kratos. Now Thor's killed Kratos.
I just like how I'm on both sides now because of that fucking thing. Because he did let.
Oh,
him kill
and
him.
another interesting about that fight though is the fact that we finally got the Leviathan axe pitted against Mjolnir.
Yeah, that was cool.
And-
Frozen lightning bolts.
And
Jesus
and
fuck.
that moment when they both throw them and they're just hovering like pushing against each other in mid-air, and then Thor and Kratos have a little chat while both weapons are just like frozen in mid-air pushing against each other, right? That was great. Like,
I've been
It was
playing this
also
game.
great how just like the entire first phase of the fight is you waiting for the axe to get to you.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've been playing this game like not hammered, but like a little bit drunk. A lot. Like just getting a little bit fucking buzzed. Sometimes a little bit drunk. But anyways, this game.
God of War.
This game, like I will say, and like especially like last night, there's moments where I'm just like, this just does feel like just like really hype, man. Where like I've not played a game in a long time where I'm like, fuck yeah, out loud.
Yeah.
About some things, like
Yeah,
even
yeah.
things that Max has already seen. There's been moments where it's like,
oh yeah, for sure.
like there's been
I
moments
could think of some
like,
myself.
fucking. Wait, so yeah, I think that everything is before. But yeah, no, I don't want to say anything. But yes, yeah, there's some definite moments where I'm just like, fuck yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like out loud. And there's moments that I'm actually laughing out loud.
Yes,
Also.
same. Yeah,
Fucking, one of the funniest lines in this fucking game so far, and I've talked to Jake about this, is when you're with fucking Sindri, when Atreus is like the first time you play as Atreus, and you're with Sindri, and Sindri calls you fucking Trey. I don't know why, that made me fucking laugh so hard.
That was funny. That was funny.
Yeah, when he's just like, Trey, and he's like, what was that?
Loke, and then does it go Loke or something afterwards?
Yeah, he goes, look. I just love Trey. I don't know why that one fucking was hilarious. Sindri is much better in this game than
Oh yeah, Sindri. I love Sindri in this game.
I love
I
Sindri
really
in this
like
fucking game.
I'm waiting. Like Tyr is getting on my nerves. Fucking God of Soy, stop it.
God of
Stop.
Soy, man.
Kill someone, please.
Sorry. I did not resort to violence.
Yeah. Maybe we can do some breathing exercises together, and I can make you a nice chai latte. Like that will be a nice payoff. Seeing him split some spells.
Wait, so I can't get to that ladder, can I? Oh, I have to
What
go
is
this
the
way.
word for him? It's not pretentious, but like the thing about Tyr, it's maybe I don't know. It's like
I know exactly what you're talking about.
he's just like he's like not be like it's weird. It's like he just thinks he's so much better than everybody else. Like I don't know. It's like fuck off, get off your little high horse, you giant. Like
yeah,
like yeah, it's just
patronizing.
like
What is that word?
he's
Matt?
like patronizing. Yeah, patronizing a little bit. Yeah, like
patronizing. What is the word? How would you describe Tyr?
I mean,
negative.
I slightly disagree. I get a very humble vibe from him. Like he's
I'm not. No.
he's doing his own thing. He doesn't expect others to follow
It's
him.
the annoying. It's the annoying kind of like better than thou,
No, I disagree.
I'm humble
He
because
said
I'm
it.
so
He said
much
it from the
better than
start.
you.
He said, "Listen, either kill me now or don't expect me to like like lead you to war." Right? It's like
The fucking nerve of that guy.
he's been upfront
Piece of
about that
shit.
from the start.
I like his voice actor, but like,
Yeah.
I love everybody's voice actor, by the way.
Yeah.
At first, when I saw the first trailer, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I like Sonny now, because like I'm like, ooh, he's a teenager now. He was
God damn it,
cute
I've
like in the first game, like Atreus was like he's a little kid voice actor, but
Oh, there you
like
go,
you know, with some little kid voice actors or some little kid actors, they get worse as they get older, right?
Was this
So I was like,
was this
kind of nervous, but I
It
like
might
Sonny.
be.
was this the letter thing?
But I know exactly what you mean about tears. That is just annoying. What is that word? What is that
I mean,
word?
patronizing, fucking, not pretentious. That's not the word.
It's not pretentious, no.
Pompous.
It's just get over yourself, bro.
Yeah, like he's all muddier than thou. Like that's just like
Yeah,
holier than thou. Like
holier
yeah,
than thou. That's it. That is it. That's the one.
Is this
yeah,
supposed to do
like-
something? Like for this or no?
He feels like a fucking priest. I don't know. That's really annoying.
Don't you have the note? Can't you check?
The what?
Or can you not change it? There was the note you picked up.
No, I
that had
can't.
the
I can't
three
change the letters though.
letters. Okay. Shoot it with the gun.
No, I've already done that.
Like, yeah, I mean, it is that because like tears, like I've met religious people like that are like religious and like for example, yeah, like that are religious that are good people. They're good people and they don't really mean like any ill intent, but like they're still assholes. I don't know, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's it is holier than thou.
Yeah.
Something about Tyr is just kind of like, I know he's not
Annoying.
trying to be a bad guy, but like yeah, it's just
No,
like,
absolutely. He's a good guy. He's trying to be good. Like, come
Yeah.
on. Come on now.
Come on, chill out.
You know what Tyr's putting in his stew? Fucking vegetables from out the dirt. It ain't right.
Dude, Jake is the same way with the call-outs, but for Brock. Because like apparently like Jake's going to like Brock a lot to repair things, and apparently like there's a line that he always says like something like getting a paper cut. Jake's been getting really annoyed with that line. Something like
Yeah.
you want to get a paper cut. Like what does he say? Something
Yeah,
like
you
a paper
won't even
Oh,
get
yeah.
a paper cut with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like so Jake's getting annoyed by all those lines.
Yeah, no, there are some voice lines that you're just like, okay, shut
Am
up.
I-
Oh, Final Fantasy VII? Is that Sephiroth? I see? Or Genova?
Am I close to the end or do we still have like a decent ways?
Pretty decent.
I don't know, because I'm guessing this is the same area as you go with Leon,
It is,
so I
it is.
think there's a bit more, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably like 2 hours.
So shall we stop here since I have a save point and then we'll do one more stream.
If you wish, if you wish.
You wish so.
We can talk a bit more about God of War.
Fucking
Yeah.
vegetables.
But yeah,
It's just the intensity of Freya saying, enemy behind you, especially like when you just, it's a fucking, like, it's one of those little worm things on the floor.
Yeah.
Enemy behind you, Kratos. Okay, chill. Gee, turn around,
Yeah.
Like actually throw up
lightly
a
step on it,
Kratos.
and it dies. Okay.
What?
Throw up a big image of Kratos' face.
No.
Just talk about it. Have a big image of Kratos.
How about no?
Kinda, I want to kill Tyr. I hope we fight Tyr and kill him. I want Kratos to just snap and just go, fuck you! You know what? Fuck all of you. Let's go.
It'd be
Pantheon.
hilarious.
Round 2, Electric Boogaloo. I'm killing everyone.
It would be hilarious if Kratos snaps and then like it's his original voice actor again.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, let me look through my notes real quick and see if there's anything I want to mention like right now.
Like he would, instead of
Atreus, it would be Atreus.
Yeah, it's always the. Oh my god, and that's what I think Jake and I were talking about is since we're both like playing on like loudspeakers, nothing is worse than playing as Kratos because every fucking time you swing something, it's it's just like
Yeah.
I have a ton of notes though too.
that's just the haptics. Well done. Oh my god.
Yes, the haptics are great.
The haptics. Holy shit.
I'm actually impressed with the haptics. They've somehow struck a good balance between being almost always present and yet not annoying or overwhelming. Like
or gimmicky.
Or gimmicky. Like it's just nice. Like when you slide down a chain, you have the little in the controller, or when you're sliding across the ice in the sled. Right.
Okay, I was about to say that. Thank God everybody got to that. Yeah, dude. Fucking on fucking like in Midgard on the fucking sled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like snow, and then when you get on ice, you feel the ice, and then you feel the snow.
It's the first
really
time
wild.
when I was like, oh my god, they're doing the thing from Astro's Playroom where you can feel the different floor things like sand or glass or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I was. That's what it impressed me.
It
At
is.
first I wasn't too.
It is really interesting how it is really detailed, like the rumble in the thing. It's insane how it can actually make it distinct, right?
Yeah, like in a weird way with the ice. It really like
Yeah.
I don't know how, like maybe this was my drunk brain going, but like with the ice, it was like, whoa, I'm losing control of my controller. Like I don't know, it kind of like felt weird.
That was
Like,
definitely
it
your
felt like it
brain.
was like,
That was definitely
yeah, I
your
was
brain.
like, whoa.
I don't know if you.
This is your brain on haptics.
My brain was on.
I don't know if you guys
noticed.
noticed, but when you recall your axe, the haptics get obviously stronger as the axe comes and then hits your hand, but it hits on the right side of the controller because it's your right hand, right, as opposed to the left.
Interesting.
It's just so neat, like all those little things, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, so we'll definitely do another stream. We should do a stream where we just exclusively talk about this, like, because we could talk for easily an hour or two.
Absolutely. When you finish the game, I think we should do that. I'll make some retroactive notes, go over my recordings. There was one really, I guess this was a bug, really funny bug, where there was a very soulful moment between two characters, but boss music was playing still.
I had a similar bug with an audio glitch, yeah.
Yeah, the audio sometimes cuts out. It's weird. But I have like a few notes, but I have 3 really great notes that I cannot wait to bring up. And I guarantee 3 of these notes we're all gonna have the same fucking notes for 3 things. I'm very excited to discuss those 3 things.
Yeah,
there's no way we don't.
I'm excited to hear it. The first note I took was that meta moment where Thor revives you. Like that was the first thing I wrote down. I was like, this is a good start. You know?
Yeah, that was great.
I don't know.
It's kind of weird, but like I liked it. It was like it felt like
over,
old God of War.
Overall, I just get that sense that the people who made this actually, so far, again, don't you know, I don't want any spoilers or anything, but so far it seems like things were planned, things were written. There's good connective tissue so far, and this game does not feel pointless, like we're just continuing it for the sake of having another game. Like I genuinely feel like it's justified, right? The fact we're still here with these characters and all that. Like we spoke about this before we even started playing the game.
I'd agree for the most part. There are some things where I'm like, they could have set this up better. I think the first game may have actually been a bit too limited in its setups.
Yep.
But
we'll discuss later.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, I'm sure
I cannot wait to discuss this game. There's a lot to discuss about this game. A fucking lot to discuss.
Dude,
like way more than we did today. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Like Mimir can hear every one of Kratos' most silent farts.
Dude, right? I said to fucking Jake, what if Kratos just rips a fucking loud one? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Jesus.
Poor
like,
Mimir,
honestly.
dude. It's just like, maybe you don't want to be right next to you don't want your ear right next to my butthole. Maybe you don't want that. I don't know.
You know, Kratos just, like, lets him out, too. Like, he's
exactly.
He doesn't give a shit. Kratos fucking eats some fucking beef roast and then just fucking has some beefers coming out, dude. I have no idea. Dude,
after Tears vegetable stew, goddamn.
Yeah, like I'm actually like, it's not even a fucking troll. Like I honestly think about this a lot just because of his position. It's like, why? Like I don't know. It's really weird.
One thing I would when you do make your notes and stuff, I assume you've been doing this anyway because it's kind of natural. But obviously all my notes are chronological in terms
Chronological.
of when
Yeah,
I've
they
done
are.
them.
So
When we do our discussion,
Yeah.
I think we should go through the events of the game chronologically.
Exactly.
And
Yes. And then we can bring up whatever we wrote down based on when we wrote them down, right? And all of that. I think
exactly,
that'll
and
make
we'll
more sense.
diverge if we
Yeah.
need to diverge.
We've
I
jumped
might have
around
a-
today quite a lot, but we'll do it more straightforward.
Yeah. I also might have a shittier mic at that point because I'm gonna be back home, but I'm down to talk.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, fine.
That'll be fine. All right.
Get on fire, Kratos! Don't worry, it'll pass.
Kratos.
Doesn't he have one for poisoned as well?
I don't remember.
You got one for Bifrost.
Yeah.
The Bifrost one's annoying too.
The Bifrost one gets annoying. Like, you've been Bifrosted! Is Bifrosted a word? I'm gonna ask that boy.
But yeah, so far, if I had to pick a favorite moment, obviously I just climbed the wall, so that's really in my mind right now, and that was really cool. And again, that's another example of a semi more quiet moment, right? But that's been really impactful in a subtle way. Like, you just climbed a wall, right? But,
yeah.
But it's arguably one of the coolest moments in the game. So I'd say that's a highlight so far.
My favorite part.
There's been quite a few, but yeah.
My favorite part that you've done so far is definitely the race as the wolf. I just felt like that
Yeah.
was so the music,
Yeah.
the feeling of it, the feeling of like childhood
Agreed.
and hanging out with a girl and fucking just becoming the wolf and the music playing and just booking it like that. That was a highlight. And where you're at.
Definitely
right
another
now. Love
highlight.
that.
Yeah, definitely another highlight there. There's another highlight, which again is a small moment that I don't want to bring up right now, but when that happened, I was like, I instantly paused the game, wrote it down because I didn't want to forget it. I was like, oh,
All right.
that's
Excited to hear.
that's really neat. Again, small things that a lot of people might not pick up on, right? Because it's literally like it happens and it's gone, and then but there's meaning, right? And it's so good. Anyway.
I cannot wait to discuss some notes.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
but yeah, Nero, what's your favorite part so far?
Ooh.
With
for
what Max?
where Mac is.
Yeah.
I don't know. That like the wall is a good one. I don't want to repeat that. I think touring Asgard kind of.
Yeah.
But touring Asgard, I really like that because you just get. There's so much detail went into that one segment. You go from this place to this place to this place, and there's so much shit going on around you. There's Valkyries training. There's people building things. There's people walking here and there, and like, and you can't focus on any of it because Odin's talking, and you're listening to Odin, and it's just you are right in the shoes of the character.
Yeah.
You're completely overwhelmed by everything around you. I thought that was really good.
Just to add one more thing we haven't mentioned. I enjoyed the
Odin.
Freya sections when we were helping her undo her ties, just in the sense that there was a good amount of character development for her and Kratos, and the way they kind of mended their relationship a bit. I enjoyed that element of it. Plus, that was a pretty cool boss fight.
I thought there was a bit of weirdness when like she's still pissed at you. Like grumble, 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 and then gameplay dialogue comes in, and she's just like, "Hey, I think you need to try this from over here. What if you do it?" Like she sounded like really happy, and I'm just like, "Okay." You came around quickly.
I just want to fucking just shout out to fucking Richard Schiff who plays fucking Odin, man.
Yeah.
Jesus
Odin
Christ.
is killing.
He's
it.
probably a highlight. Yeah.
He's the highlight, man.
His presence is excellent.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
always
walking around like like Asgard and shit, just being like like you said, like the Valkyries training and stuff, and him just being like, oh yeah, and then like does shit, like he's just fucking great, man. Fucking, he's so good.
walking. He's just like he looks at a plate of food. It's like, oh, that smells good.
I love that. I love it, man. He's so great.
Yeah.
It's like,
That scene when at the start of the game when they're in your house.
oh my god, yeah, and he drinks like
So good.
with alcohol.
Because that's again, we could talk about this all day, but that scene, it was good on the level that they are excellent acting, like the acting is great, but it was also good because it's the first time you meet these people, and it's like, oh, that's not necessarily what I was expecting you guys to be at all. And then it's like, okay.
100%. Complete subversion of expectations.
But I think Odin is like done excellently because you know it's fucked. You know he's really powerful. That you're not seeing it yet, and you're just like,
Yeah.
you're just waiting for it. You're like, okay,
He's slight.
when's it gonna come, and what's it gonna be like?
It's not 1-to-1, but it's like slight Tywin Lannister vibes in the sense that he's not strong, he's kind of frail, but like he's maybe 16 steps ahead of everyone potentially, right? And
the thing is with Tywin though, is like you get why he is where he is. With Odin, you
have no idea.
Like, you know that there's something you're not seeing with him. With Tywin, it's like you know why he is where he is.
Yeah, true.
He wears that proudly.
Yeah.
I just feel like you can feel like just it's so weird. Like the game is just doing such a great job of just like, I don't know. Like I just feel like it's like, yeah, you know, he kind of feels like a bro right now.
One of my favorite lines is like, "Oh, Father, he means to betray you." But, yeah, of course he means to betray me. I've given him no reason to trust me.
he's like, you weren't gonna kill me now, right?
He looks like Heimdall's like, "Oh, Father," and he's just like, "Jeez."
As if he could, right?
Were you planning to kill me like the first thing we got here?
Dude, he is so fucking phenomenal.
So good.
Like, he's one of my favorite like video game like adaptation like just dude. Yeah, I was not expecting
that was a fantastic.
I was expecting just complete subverted. So, like I just subverted my expectations completely. Just being like,
and
you just got like a little sleazeball.
But and again we can talk more about this later. But I'm starting to understand, like this is another reason why I think this game is arguably better than the first game in the sense that, at least so far, it is recontextualizing and deepening things we knew from the first game, not even by direct reference, but just by sheer association. It's for example, Odin. We knew Freya was his wife once and all that, but we never knew Odin, so we couldn't judge what that was like. We didn't have the other side, but now we kind of do. And so that's now recontextualizing, if you think back, things, and you know, it's teaching you more about characters without actually addressing the character directly, but addressing people they knew or people they interacted with, right? Stuff like that. That's what this game is doing so far, which I'm really appreciating. It's not just concerned with itself. It's I don't know. It's harkening back and harkening forward, and
it begs the question: who the fuck is the asshole? You know what I mean? I love when things do
yeah.
that. Like, who's the fuck
It's
that?
not.
Like I love it. It's like, who is the asshole? Like who should I direct my anger towards right now? Like the game does a great job at that. Like
it just
I
keeps
hate
you
it
guessing.
when it's like, wait, are we the bad guys? Are we the good guys? Or who's what? Like
I'll tell you my hopes, and this is just because I am a God of War child. Like I loved those games as a kid. I'm really hoping we are, and I hope we shit all over everything.
Yeah.
Because because Kratos
shit all over everything.
Kratos will always be a monster. And that's what I want. I want the monster back. There's one line that I can't bring up, but like that just keeps coming back to me, and I'm just like, we're good. I want it. All right. Show it.
Nero and I already got 2 lines that I'm can't wait to discuss. But yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's leave it there for today. Yeah.
Do your outro.
Thanks for
sing the outro song.
We don't have an outro song. What are you talking about?
We had a lot of laughs and we've had some cries. We hope you come back next time. This has been the MZN stream. We will haunt your dream.
Oh my god. All right, well, links in the description. Find us on all the other channels. Check it all out. I can't really top that as an outro, so there you go.
Links in the description. We will also be live tomorrow. Voice acting, the great Ace Attorney, level 1. Let's go.
All right, until next time, guys. Thanks very much.
I am the God of War.
See ya.
Bye.